now the Beat Diggers will have to do their job of defending the single wing. 1st and 10. Chad Seatnick. See if he gets a direct snap or it goes to somebody else. No, right up the middle across the 35 to the 37. That is Johnny Swanson. Or check that, the 33. That's a gain of 3 to the 33. 2nd down and 7.
Number 33, Brandon Walter, and number
tackle was made by Jake Morrow. It'll be 2nd down and 7 to go for Manitou Springs. Again, in that single wing formation, awaiting the snap. Out of the shotgun, Swanson has it, hands it off right up the middle. Big hole across the 40 to the 45-yard line. Across the 45 to the 48. Jake Brown makes the tackle. 1st down, KC Quarry. It's a gain of 15. That hole was wide open for Manitou Springs, Dave.
Yeah, you know, the conventional single wing that we're used to seeing, that wasn't it. They had 2 backs clear over on the other side, and then they brought one of those guys in motion. They take that handoff and then just give it to Corey right up the middle. Remember Corey, he's the son of the longtime wrestling coach down here in Manitou Springs. Several of the ex-wrestlers might remember who he is.
1st and 10 from the 48 in a shotgun. Swanson will hand it off on the left side. That is Bonnard across the 50. No, check that. Across the 50 is Morgan Burnell to the 46 before he's tripped up, but it's a gain of 6. Looked like Kyle Rosenbrock got a piece of the ball carrier. 2nd down, and we'll call it a short 4.
Yeah, they brought a lot of blockers over here. One of those lead backs was like the guy that kicked out our defensive end over here. So he came on strong, gave Alec Peterson a big block as they ran it off tackle.
Boy, they run this offense very quickly. They don't spend any time in the huddle. 2nd and 4 for the 46. Direct snap to Swanson behind his right guard. 1st down across the 45 to the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 as the tackle was made over there by Oscar Soto. But they're moving this football, and again, the Beat Diggers might have to take some defensive timeouts, Dave, like they did in that Sterling game, just to make sure they slow down this Manitou Springs offense.
Yeah, they're going to have to figure out what's going on out there. That's not a good sign if our nose guard's making tackles, 6-7 yards down the field.
1st and 10 for Manitou Springs at the Beat Digger 40-yard line, just underway, and the Mustangs have picked up a couple of 1st downs and now in brush territory on 1st and 10 for the 40. Awaiting the direct snap. There's the handoff on the left side. Burnell trying a stiff arm, but he's going to be ridden out of bounds by Alec Peterson. The direct snap went over to KC Quarry. You never know who's going to get the football. And it's going to be, looks like a loss of 1 back to the 41. Excellent play by Peterson. 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, that was just a nice play. They did a good job of stringing it out. One of them was Chase Klein from that nose guard position as brushes, that defensive end position as brushes up here in this 4-3 defense.
9:37 to go, opening quarter, no score. 2nd and 11 for the Brush 41 in a shotgun. Swanson will hand it off right up the gut. A big hole across the 35, driving towards the 33 is KC Quarry. That's a gain of 8. And Randy Baker makes the play. It'll be 3rd down and 3 to go for Manitou Springs.
Corey's a legitimate fullback, boy. He looks like he's about 5'10", way over 200 pounds. Just some big legs and just a big hip set on him.
This will be the 7th play of the drive. 3rd down and 3 from the Beat Digger 33. More than likely 4-down territory. In a shotgun formation. Let's see if this goes to Swanson. It does. Swanson will keep it himself across the right side, and he drives inside the 30 to the 29. He's got a 1st down. It's a gain of 4 as Randy Baker made that play, but just enough for the Mustangs to get their 3rd 1st down of the drive on that carry by Swanson.
Yep, so he's that back in the backfield that's usually like the spinner guy. He just direct snaps to him, and then he just follows the lead blocking at Corey and a decent athletic offensive line.
This is a brief huddle offense. I mean, they're in that huddle for a few seconds. 1st and 10 from the 29. Again, the direct snap to Swanson, running left, looking for a seam. Across the 30, inside the 25, still on his feet. And he's going to be taken down at about the 21-yard line by Chase Klein, but a solid run of 8 yards for Johnny Swanson. 2nd down and 2 to go.
Yeah, so the quarterback just taking that direct snap and following a lot of lead blockers. They had that slot out on this side behind their tight end, and then they also had both running backs lead blocking. And boy, they just had our defense on our heels. They get in our face, and then we're backpedaling, not really doing a good job of getting rid of them.
Official line of scrimmage will be the 20, 2nd down and 1 in Beat Digger territory. Direct snap to Corey, right up the gut, 1st down as he is taken down by Jake Morrow.
Number 33, KC Corey.
And a gain of 3.
Tackle made by Winchell of Beat Diggers.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the Beat Diggers' 17-yard line.
That's 26 yards now for Corey on 3 carries.
10th play of the drive coming up. They have not attempted a pass, nor will they, Dave, if the running game is going this well. Leonard Jackets, T-shirts, and more. Bijou T-Quest at 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan for all of your sports apparel. Bijou T-Quest. 1st and 10 from the Beat Diggers' 17. This drive started at the 30-yard line, awaiting the direct snap. Swanson, 2-step drop, throws it out to his right. The ball is caught by Burnell at the 15. He spins to the 10 before the tackle was made by Jake Brown, so they did attempt the pass. They might give him the 9 as
by number 9, Jake Brown.
The football's at the 10, a gain of 7, 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, Randy Baker came up from his linebacker positioning, just overplayed it, tried to reach up and touch the ball with just a couple of inches over his fingertips. Had he been able to bring that down, he would have been off to the races.
2nd and 3 for Manitou Springs to the brush 10 after the gain of 7. Behind the center are both Swanson and Quarry. The direct snap to Quarry, running to his left, looking for a block. And he's going to be inside the 10 towards the 8. It's going to be short of a first down. Kyle Rosenbrock made the tackle. Oh, he might have got to the 7, and they might have to measure this thing. They'll give him 3 yards. Now the question is, did he get enough for the first down? And they're going to give Quarry the first down.
Picked up enough for a Mustang.
On the gain of 3.
He's a big load. I'll tell you what, whenever he gets the ball, it's going to be tough to hold him there at the line of scrimmages. You know, not only is he big, but he also runs with that forward lean and drives off those legs pretty hard, keeps his shoulder pads in front of his knees.
Opening drive of the game, 6:45 to go. 1st and goal for the 7. Looked like the Beat Diggers jump, direct snap to Quarry inside the 5-yard line, pulls his way, still on his feet. Down at about the 3. I don't think a flag was thrown. They might give him the 2, and they do. 5 yards for KC Quarry, 2nd down and goal. And right now, the Beat Diggers cannot stop this Manitou Springs offense on this first drive of the game.
Now, every touch, they've had a couple of them for 0 yards, but for the most part, everything's 3 or more.
The 2-yard line.
The Beat Diggers make a substitution. End of the game now is Joe Carwin. 2nd and goal. From the 2, let's see if this snap is going to go to Quarry. It does. Quarry off left guard, drives towards the goal line, and he's going to be held up. He's not going to get in, and now a second effort, but I think he was whistled down at the 1. So a gain of 1 for Quarry. 3rd and goal from that vantage point. And upcoming is the 14th play of the drive. And boy, you're talking about it. Over a 6-minute drive. This is exactly what Manitou Springs wants, to keep the brush offense off the field.
Yeah, they ran right at Carwin that time. He didn't give any ground and helped plug that up, allowing some of those other Beat Diggers to close in and help make the tackle.
3rd and goal at the 1. Direct snap to Seatneck, and looks like he's into the end zone. He is for Chad Seatneck. Right behind his right guard, and Manitou Springs is on the board at 6-0.
Just a real methodical drive down the field. They had that one run for 15, but outside of that, they had carries of 8, 3, 3, 5, 3, 6, 6, one pass for 7. So, you know, just a lot of mid-range, hard running. But that offense isn't designed to break those big plays open. You know, it's more just to smash it down your throat. And that's what kind of happened to our defense there, is we were on our heels the whole time.
And the extra point is blocked. Ashley Benson attempted the extra point. I think Rosenbrock got in there and blocked it. 5:17 to go, opening quarter. Manitou Springs 6, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. What a drive for Manitou Springs. 14 plays, 70 yards in 6 minutes and 37 seconds. It was Chad Seatneck running it in from a yard out. And it's a 6-0 lead as the extra point by Ashley Benson was blocked by Kyle Rosenbrock. Now the Beat Diggers got to make sure that they're actually going to kick it off, Dave. You would assume they would, but they know how explosive the Brush offense is. They want to really limit the number of possessions and the amount of time that Brush is on the field, as Dustin Bonnert will kick it off for Manitou Springs. And he will kick it high and pretty deep. Randy Baker backs up at the 8. Straight ahead to the 10, across the 15 to the 20. Has a seam to the 25, and then is stood up right there at the 27 by Ryan Bennett Jr. He was the only guy out there, Dave. If not, Baker would have had more daylight.
Yeah, Randy was running straight up and down, wasn't he? And he didn't really give himself a chance to plant off a foot. As that kid just came in and socked him hard. He stopped right in his tracks.
First and 10 for the Beat Diggers at their own 27-yard line. Northeastern Colorado's locally owned Hometown Savings and Loan, with locations in Brush and Fort Morgan, as Equitable Savings and Loan. And serving you the best coffees, lattes, and smoothies. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies. Open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to better serve you, and ready to make your favorite specialty drink at 921 Edison Street in Brush. Kyle Rosenbrock and Brett Bostrom are in the backfield. First and 10 from the 27. Baker is in motion to the left. Thormolen, the pitch left to Bostrom, takes it to the outside to the 30-yard line, still on his feet, across the 30 towards the 33 before he's tripped up along the far side. Casey Corey was around the football, as was Cole Jones, a senior, and it'll be a gain of 6. Beat Diggers going to the no-huddle offense, 2nd down and 4. We haven't seen this, and the Beat Diggers now look like they're in a Maryland eye. And now they reshift to the backfield, 2nd and 4 from their own 33-yard line. About 6 up in the box. Tormolen, play action, looking to throw. Throws out to his right, and that pass is caught by Bostrom. Slips back on his feet across the sideline, inside the 45, or across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. So Brett Bostrom playing an integral role in the first 2 plays, a gain of 14 and a Brush first down.
It was just a great play. He just ran about a 5-yard out, and Shimon hit him right on the numbers. And he slipped a little bit. Baker slipped on that kick return. The grass is out here is green. It looks like a great field, but it's cut short. And it looks like that dead grass is making it a little bit hard to stand up.
Manitou Springs 6, Brush nothing. 4:18 to go in the opening quarter from Manitou. First and 10 for the Beat Diggers at their own 47-yard line. Rosenbrock's alone, set back. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. In motion to the left is Bostrom. He'll have the football on the end around, looking for a seam. Swings it to the outside, losing speed to the 50, still on his feet, across the 50 to about the 46-yard line. Again, Brett Bostrom now involved on the first 3 plays. And that time he picked up either 6 or 7 yards as they're still marking the football. A gain of 7, 2nd down and 3.
You bet. So Bostrom's got a bunch of yards already with 27 yards. Doing a good job. That time he had to give up a little ground as he got out around the corner, but his speed, once he got to the sideline, he just turned it right up.
2nd down and 3 from the 46-yard line of Manitou Springs. On the inside slot to the left is Randy Baker. Thormolen hands it off left side. Rosenbrock inside the 45. Tackled at about the 43-yard line. Close to a first down as Ryan Benner in on the play. So it'll be a gain of 3. If he doesn't have the first down, he's short by maybe inches, and they will have to bring out the sticks. Your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard. Ackley Building Center, and they now carry appliances. Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush. They'll bring the sticks out, and they'll stretch them out here with 3:10 to go in the opening quarter. And looks like the Beat Diggers are just shy of the first down by about 6 inches, with the ball sitting just shy of the 43-yard line. Well, that's a great situation to be in, Dave.
You bet. Especially with our offense, we've already shown that we can get around the outside. And if you're Manitou, what are you going to do? Probably stack it up there on the inside and see if you can't stop that quarterback keeper or stop Rosenbrock on that trap or maybe even that 20 series. But, having Bostrom in there where he can get outside and turn it upfield. If they do try to stack it up there in the middle, things could be wide open.
3rd down and inches to go with the ball just shy of the Manitou Springs 43-yard line. In the backfield are Morrow and Rosenbrock. Thormolen hands it off to Rosenbrock left side. First down, not a big gain, just to the 41, a gain of 2. However, good enough to move the sticks for the Beat Diggers as Cole Jones made the tackle.
Manitou jumped from that 5-2 look defense that they're in up into more like a 7-1 there on that play. Right at the last minute, they stemmed the guy up there. They moved him up there and shifted him really quick to try to throw our offensive line off.
First and 10 from the 41-yard line. 6-0 Manitou Springs, 2:38 to go in a quick-moving first quarter in the opening round of the 2A state playoffs. The backs are split, 1 receiver to the left. Thormolen is going to hand it off on the counter, running right, a big hole for Morrow as he is inside the 30-yard line, still on his feet, and that's a first down, maybe right at the 30, and they might give him the 29-yard line A gain of 12 for Jake Morrow.
Brush on that 36. They take the trap up the middle, and then they pulled their guard out here, and he made a great block on the defensive end. That time kept. He's a big kid. Boy, we got a good trap on him, and it was just wide open for Morrow to run the football. Morrow's wearing number 33 tonight. He forgot his 21 at home.
The outside receiver to the left is Alec Peterson for the 29-yard line of Manitou Springs. In the backfield are Bostrom and Rosenbrock. The Beatniggers looking for the tying score here in the opening quarter. Tormolen is going to hand it off to Rosenbrock, but flags go flying before the play. And I didn't see any movement, Dave. I don't know if you did, but we'll find out here in a second. Illegal procedure against Brush.
Yeah, I think it was actually Tormolen there. He was trying to get that snap up there a little bit quicker as he was barking out the signals. And, it caused him to shift and rock back a little bit.
First and 15 for the Beatniggers at the 34-yard line of Manitou Springs. Manitou with a 6-0 lead and a 1-yard plunge by Chad Seatnick. Peterson now the receiver to the right. Once again, Bostrom and Rosenbrock in the backfield. Corey Acosta playing his first game in a few weeks. He was sidelined with a neck injury. He's the Beatniggers center. And Tormol will hand it off to Rosenbrock, trying to break out of a tackle, and does, but advances for just a couple of yards. Getting to about the 31-yard line will give him 3 yards. Second down and 12 to go for Brush.
So again, Manitou's expecting the run. They jumped 7 guys up there on the line of scrimmage, and then they also blitzed Corey, who is their only linebacker. So, boy, they're taking a lot of chances already defensively trying to shut the run down.
Peterson checks out. Jake Brown in. 2 receivers to the left. Baker and Brown to the right. It is Bostrom. Second down and 12 from the 31-yard line. Rosenbrock is the lone setback. Bostrom's in motion to the left. And there was movement by the Beatniggers. That was Victor Lopez, who moved for Brush. Has been very disciplined throughout the season, but it's going to cost the Beatniggers 5 more yards. All of a sudden, we're looking at a second down and 17 to go for Brush.
Well, that's a costly penalty. Just can't have that at this level of football. Brush's going to have to take a timeout.
And that timeout brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street in Fort Morgan will fit you professionally into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. Well, Manitou Springs has accomplished in the first quarter what they wanted to, Dave. The Beatniggers have the football, but it's their only drive of the quarter, and we have an even 60 seconds to go.
Yeah, when you have 2 teams that are just smashing the ball like that, you can get a lot of football played in just a few minutes. And Manitou being able to cause a little bit of frustration there on Brush's side. And, when that frustration, that uncertainty happens, pretty soon your brain's not concentrated on what you need to do, and you start making a few mistakes like that.
So the Beatniggers will face a second down and 17. But we do know that Brush has got the passing game to make up for any of those inefficiencies.
Well, we're not in the spot in the field where we, usually go for or not go for it on 4th down anyway. The one thing that we have going for us, though, is we proved with Cardenas against Sterling that get down here a little bit closer. We're within field goal range. Cardenas kicks a field goal here, it'll go out onto the highway.
Yeah, that's for sure. Second down and 17. The Beatniggers have the football at the 36-yard line of Manitou Springs. Rosenbrock is the lone setback. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Beatniggers need a big play to make this a manageable 3rd down situation. Bostrom in motion to the left. Tormolen pitches left to Rosenbrock. Has a seam to the outside across the 35 to the 30. Along the left sideline to the 25, and he's down and out of bounds right at the first down marker. I think he got to the 20-yard line. Not quite the first down, but it's a gain of 16 and a 3rd and 1 for the Beatniggers.
Yep, so we had our guy on this side. He comes in motion. Man, that was just a great play. We had 2 receivers out there blocking already. Our end over there on that side did a good job of hooking their defensive end.
Gain of 14, Dave. They backtracked the football to the 22, but it was a good job. I mean, the analysis didn't change the play. Unfortunately, it's a 3rd and 3 instead of a 3rd and 1. From the 22-yard line of Manitou Springs. In motion to the left is Baker. Tormolen on the bootleg left to the 20-yard line, and he dives inside the 20 as he followed his blockers on the left side for a first down at the 17. It's a gain of 5 for Mitch Tormolen on the 9th play of the drive.
Now, the blocks were there, boy. We kicked out that corner out there. We had a block on the defensive end. We kicked out the defensive end. Everything was there, but we just saw the speed of that Manitou defense as they were able to swarm over there and keep Tormolen from getting any further upfield.
30 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Manitou Springs leads Brush 6-0. First and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the Manitou Springs 17-yard line. Tormolen is going to head off on the counter to Bostrom. He's nailed in the backfield for a loss of 3. Hit extremely hard on that side. And it's a loss of 3 back to the 20, and that's the end of the opening quarter with the score. Manitou Springs 6, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urich back from Manitou Springs High School, where the Mustangs have the lead over the Beat Diggers at the end of 1, 6-0. Brush does have the football, though, 2nd down and 13 at the Manitou Springs 20-yard line. And Brush just converted a 2nd down and 17 moments ago. They made it a 3rd and 3. Then Tormolen picked up the first. So this is certainly a situation the Beat Diggers are familiar with on this drive. The backs are split from the 20-yard line with one receiver to the left. That's Brown. Tormolen, play action, looking to throw, still looking, throws it towards the end zone, wide open, touchdown for Ben Mickey in the back of the end zone from 20 yards away. And the Beat Diggers have tied the game on the opening play of the second quarter. Brush 6, Manitou Springs 6.
Well, there's that touchdown pass for Tormolen. I'll tell you what, Mickey was wide open. He ran that 86 to the back corner of the end zone. They did all the fakes, the same old play action that Brush ran for years. And I'll tell you what, it worked like a charm. And what made it work so well is the fact that Brush ran that 36 over here right before the first quarter, where the Corey kid tackled us when we were trying to run that 36, and that set up that bootleg pass on that play.
Jesus Cardenas to give the Beat Diggers the lead. 23rd straight game Tormolen has thrown a touchdown pass. Low snap. That kick is up, and that is inside the left upright. That was ugly, but it is good. 11:52 to go, second quarter. Brush 7, Manitou Springs 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 11 plays, 73 yards in 5 minutes and 17 seconds. Mitch Tormolen, a 20-yard pass to Ben Mickey on a 2nd and 13. The extra point by Jesus was not pretty, but it was good. And the Beat Diggers now lead the game 7-6. Back deep to receive is Dustin Bonnert for Manitou Springs. This ball is booted high and very deep and into the end zone. 5 yards into the end zone by Jesus. Now let's see, Dave, if that can carry over to what the defense can do or what they're capable of doing.
Yeah, we just got to hope, maybe Manitou will start making some of the same kind of mistakes we were making. I'll tell you what a great time for that kick is Manitou moved Corey up into one of the upper kick-receive positions along with that Seeknick, and those two are big guys. They put them right where we've been kicking the ball here lately.
First and 10 for Manitou Springs at their own 20-yard line. Both teams scored on their opening drives, and they were long drives and time-consuming drives. And a shotgun formation out of the single wing. There's a direct snap to Swanson, running off right tackle across the 20, tackled at the 25 by Oscar Soto. But it's a gain of 5, second down and 5 to go.
Again, Brush just kind of falling for those fakes. It's a good fake because he ran that end around. The kid was running to the left. I saw one of our linebackers head over there to try to make the tackle, and he just didn't follow his lead or his keys as the quarterback ran over here in between the guard and the tackle.
2nd and 5 for the 25-yard line with the Beat Diggers in the lead, 7-6 early in the second. Direct snap to Swanson, hands it off to Burnell, running left across the 30-yard line to the 35. He is tackled by Eddie Arribas, but that's a gain of 10 as the Beat Diggers could not make the play at the line of scrimmage. And first down for Manitou Springs. You don't have to close in your house alone. Northern Colorado Title at 130 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan will provide you with a stress-free closing and committed to serving those in production. Ag Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending. First and 10 for Manitou at their own 35-yard line. Direct step to Swanson, looking to throw out to his right, wide open. The pass is going to be caught for a short gain to the 37, tackled by Brett Bostrom. And that is Cole Jones. The pass was a little bit tall for Jones. If not, he could have had maybe an additional yard or two. Well defended by Bostrom. It'll be second down and 8 to go for Manitou.
Bostrom is just so fast to close, and he's such a sure tackler, out in those flats. He had his head in front, made the hit below the kid's hips. There's no way that kid was going anywhere.
Bonner's is the receiver to the right. But I don't think Manitou is going to throw 2 plays in a row. 2nd down and 8 from the 37. Direct snap to Swanson. He'll keep the football running off right tackle across the 40 to the 42. Tackled around the ankles by the sure tackler Dave just mentioned, Brett Bostrom. But it's a gain of 5. 3rd down and 3 to go for Manitou Springs.
Well, here it is. This was the play we needed right here. Hopefully we can hold them here tight and not fall for those fakes again. They ran that fake over to the left side, and Swanson, sort of the quarterback that receives that direct snap, he had the ball in the kid's belly and then pulled it out at the last minute and kept it then over the right side in between the guard and the tackle again.
They'll make it a 3rd and 4 from the 41. In a shotgun, Swanson hands it off to Corey, running off left tackle, 1st down across the 45. Hard to bring down at the 49-yard line. Tyler Scrappin made the play, but it's a gain of 8 for K.C. Quarry.
That takes Quarry to 44 yards on 7 carries, so a 6-yard average. And like I said before, he's just a big load. He's a big kid, very athletic. He had a big brother that was a star football player and star wrestler for him. We said his dad's been a baseball and football and wrestling coach here for years, and you can bet that kid's been in this game a lot of times in his head.
1st and 10, that ball's just shy of the 50-yard line. Neither team has been stopped so far. On 1st down, the direct snap to Quarry, spins, takes it up the middle, tries to break out of a tackle. He's held up by Jake Morrow and Kyle Rosenbrock, and then Tyler Scrappin as well. That's only a gain of 1 to the Beat Digger 49. It'll be 2nd down and 9 to go for Manitou Springs. One of the better defensive plays the Beat Diggers have made in this game.
Right, first time on 1st down, we've held them to less than 5, it seems like. But boy, Strapman did do a good job, didn't he? Coming from his defensive end position, he squoze that thing down. He just chased it right down the line of scrimmage, and he made it hit low. He was down there around Corey's ankles.
2nd down and 9 from the Beat Digger 49-yard line. 8:42 to go, 2nd quarter. Brush 7, Manitou Springs 6 in the single win. And that direct snap goes to Swanson, but it kind of rolled to him. He tries to throw along the sideline. The pass is caught by Morgan Burnell. Boy, an incredible play by Swanson as he was about to be hit out of bounds inside the 35 to the 34. Gain of 15 and a 1st down for Manitou.
No, I think we just kind of gave up on it. We thought it was a broken play. I think we were kind of thinking that he was just going to run with it, and maybe he was going to throw it out of bounds. But Burnell stayed with it and made the catch right there in front of us.
1st and 10 from the Beat Digger 34-yard line. For the first offense that makes a mistake is going to be in a heap of trouble with the way the ball's being moved down the field. Direct snap will go to Swanson, hands it off to Quarry right up the gut to the 30-yard line, and he's inside the 30 towards the 29. As the Beat Diggers make the play, Rosenbrock and Soto around the football, but Quarry gains 5 yards.
Got to make those hits low on him. We're going to have to get down there around his ankles. Anybody that's trying to tackle his hips, you're going to have a hard time. It's going to take some pretty long arms to wrap around him.
Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night. When they do, every second counts. As a Level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center can handle any kind of emergency, bringing quality care to our community. Colorado Plains Medical Center, 2nd and 5. Direct snap, Quarry right up the gut. He's hit by Maverick Seawald at the point of attack. And then cleaning that up is Jake Morrow. Maybe a gain of 1, and Quarry is having trouble getting up. It'll be no gain. 3rd down and 5. I'm not sure what happened to Quarry, but he took a hard hit, and he's clutching that left knee, Dave.
Yeah, but the hit that he took initially from Seawald was upstairs, and I just got done saying how we were going to have to hit him low, not Seawald. Seawald hit him like it was a bear hug. He ran up there and gave him a big hug and chest to chest, and it stopped Quarry, but I think when he might have got hurt was when the other guys came in and cleaned it up.
It'll be 3rd down and 5. And this is big if it's serious. Hopefully it's not as far as Manitou Springs is concerned, but as you mentioned, he is a load to stop without question.
Well, I haven't met KC. I knew his brother, but I haven't met KC, but if he's like the rest of his family, he comes from some really good people. And, for us, we don't want him running the football too much, but, I'm sure he's a pretty good kid, and that's not good for him.
It'll be 3rd down and a short 5. He leaves the field under his own power. The football's at the Beat Digger 28.5-yard line. With 7:36 to go, 2nd quarter. The Beat Diggers in the lead, 7-6 on a 20-yard touchdown pass from Mitch Tormolen to Ben Mickey. The receiver to the left is Bonnert. To the right is Cole Jones. on 3rd and a short 5 for the 29. The direct snap's going to go to Swanson here momentarily. He's got the football, two-step drop, throws it out. The pass is complete to Morgan Burnell. First down inside the 20. The football down to about the 16, maybe the 15-yard line. And the Beat Diggers unable to stop that passing game, even though running is their forte. It's a gain of 13.
Yep, he just ran those two receivers that were on this side sort of crossed. We didn't have anybody that picked up the inside thing. We had a couple of guys that were ready to cover the outside, but nobody covered the short thing in the middle.
1st and 10, just inside the Beat Diggers' 16-yard line. And this is a lightning-fast first half with under 7 minutes to go. And this game started about 4 minutes after 1. In a shotgun formation, Swanson is going to run to his left behind a block from Seatneck, and he's going to be taken down after a short gain, maybe to the 14-yard line. Rosenbrock was right there. The initial hit came from Alec Peterson. And the gain might only be a yard, but they'll give him 2, 2nd down and 8.
Nice stop there. Nice stop. Corey's still sitting over here on the sideline. I see the trainer's working on his ankle a little bit. He's got a brace on the ankle to begin with.
2nd down and 8 for the 14-yard line. A 14-play drive by Manitou Springs, 11 by Brush, and now this will be the 12th play of the drive for the Mustangs. From the Beat Digger 14-yard line, Swanson with the football, high snap, the handoff, and Maverick Seawall throws down the ball carrier in the backfield, Malachi Peterson, who's thrown for a massive loss of 5 back to the 19-yard line, setting up a 3rd and long.
It wasn't like the picture-perfect tackle, but he got up there. He had one arm wrapped around his neck and his shoulder, and the other one underneath his other arm like he was doing a side headlock, and he spun him around and threw him on the ground.
A huge play coming up right now. 3rd down and 13 for the Beat Digger 19. This is when you got to stop them, especially in the playoffs. As we approach the 5.5-minute mark of the second, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. In a shotgun formation, Swanson, two-step drop, looking, throwing towards the right side, wide open, touchdown by Morgan Burnell, a one-handed catch in the back of the end zone from 19 yards away. Manitou Springs leads by a score of 12-7.
Yeah, there was nothing tricky there. He just ran straight down the field. He just ran right past our cornerback. Our linebacker drifted back as quickly as he could to try to get into the passing lane, but he couldn't get his arm up there fast enough, and they just flat-out beat us over there.
Let's see if Manitou goes for 2, or they're going to take a timeout before making that decision. It was a nice one-handed catch by Burnell, but no Beat Digger was there to defend the play.
Yeah, the guys got to know, if the guys already, they've thrown the ball 5 times, 4 of those have gone to Burnell. He wears number 16. They have to stamp that number 16 in their memory and then be aware of him wherever he's at and be prepared to stick with him. Even if he doesn't get the pass, they got to make sure they're staying right next to that kid because the odds are he's going to be getting it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the brush pass defense has been this inefficient in the game so far.
They got 56 yards passing. They've completed 5 of 5. Tell you what, Burnell's just making it look easy. He's made a couple of great catches, though, hasn't he? One-handed grabs and does a good job of concentrating and pulling the ball in.
Well, the extra point won't be attempted. It should be a 2-point conversion. Now what the Beat Diggers want to do is score before the half and receive the second half kickoff.
Yep, they got to hurry up. It's just like what you're saying. It's one of those things where we're going to have to hurry up and score, and then as soon as they get the ball in the second half, maybe it's one of those where you want them to hurry up and score so you can get the ball back.
Manitou Springs will go for 2. Swanson in that shotgun formation. Receivers put to the left and right. Now one late substitution for Manitou. Awaiting the snap. Swanson has a 2-step drop. Throws it out over the middle. The pass is broken up. Intended for Burnell and broken up by Brett Bostrom. 5:23 to go, second quarter. Manitou Springs 12, Brush 7 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 13 plays, 80 yards in 6 minutes and 29 seconds, and that was a killer, Dave. On 3rd and 13, a 19-yard touchdown pass from Johnny Swanson to Morgan Burnell. The 2-point conversion was no good. That's the good news. The Beat Diggers are only down by 5. And Dustin Bonner will kick it off. Randy Baker back deep to receive. That one is high and pretty deep. Fielded by Baker at the 5, running to his left to the 15-yard line, across the 15 to the 20. He's got to hold on to that football. They're trying to strip it across the 20. There's about 8 guys there from Manitou Springs to tackle him at the 23-yard line. That's where the Beat Diggers will have possession of the football.
But we just got to get this drive going and make sure we don't give that football up and control that clock. And we got the super weapon with Jesus Cardenas.
Diggers will start their drive on their
Now the Beat Diggers have
40-yard line. First down and
aspirations of getting into the end zone. On 1st and 10 for the 23-yard line. Receivers split to the left and right. The lone setback is Rosenbrock. Tormola will hand it off to Rosenbrock across the 25 to the 30. Still on his feet, breaking a tackle. First down is Kyle Rosenbrock at the 35. It's a gain of 12. Or Johnny Swanson made the hit.
Yeah, Brush just ran right at him that time. It was a really nice play as Rosenbrock was driving off his right foot, trying to jerk his left leg free. Brush is attacking right where Corey was playing earlier in the game at that middle linebacker position. He dropped it on the field, but he's over on the left side. Brush ran that one to the right side.
And no hurry right now. Take your time and get into that end zone right before the end of the first half. 1st and 10 for Brush at their own 35-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Again, Rosenbrock, the lone setback. Baker's in motion to the right. Tormola hands it off to Rosenbrock off right tackle, and he piles his way across the 35 to about the 38, and he literally ran into a pile. It's a gain of 3, and it looked like Chad Seeknick came in to make the hit. 2nd down and 7.
They don't have any heights or weights, on their programs, but I'll tell you what, that Seeknick and Corey, they're both a couple of big kids. Like Corey's legs are as big around as tree trunks out there, and shows a lot of power.
4:14 to go, second quarter. Manitou Springs 12, Brush 7. On 2nd down and 7 to go, the Beat Diggers have the football at their own 38-yard line. In motion to the right is Bostrom. Tormola is going to roll that away, looking, throw a screen across to his left. Caught by Baker at the 35, puts on a move, breaks a tackle at the 40, and Baker's got a first down, or close to one. Check that. Short of a first down at the 44, but it's a gain of 6 on a very nicely set up screen from Tormola to Baker.
So Tormola's 3 for 3 now for 40 yards. Baker kind of stopped there after he caught it. He had to jump up in the air to catch it. Then he stopped and kind of put a move on. Maybe one of those plays where you needed to sprint to that sideline and turn it upfield.
Beat Diggers do have 2 timeouts remaining. 3rd down and 1 for their own 44. Critical play on this drive. Let's see if this is Rosenbrock time. On 3rd and 1, handoff Rosenbrock left side, first down across the 45, and then he spins his way to the 47-yard line, a gain of 3, as the initial hit was made by Cole Jones, and Malachi Peterson also in on the play for Manitou Springs.
Yep, that was Rosenbrock all the way over this left tackle position in that 20 series play, and he did a good job of covering the ball with 2 hands, but you got to pat those linemen over here, Seawald and Stratman on the back, as they made the hole for him, along with Ben Mickey at that tight end position.
1st and 10 for Brush at their own 47-yard line, trailing by 5 under 3 minutes to go in the opening half. Tormola looking to throw, rolling to his right, still rolling, throwing on the run. The pass is incomplete. Intended at the 42-yard line for Jake Brown, but he airmailed it.
Yeah, it was just over Brown's head. Brown didn't really jump for it. He got his left hand up there, but it looked like he was a little bit off balance. Nonetheless, what does that do to Manitou Springs? They got to back those guys off and let us run the football.
You don't have to travel out of town to receive the best and most advanced hearing health care. Visit Platte Valley Hearing Center, 409 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. That's Platte Valley Hearing Center. The Beat Diggers have a 2nd and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Rosenbrock once again the lone setback. And on 2nd down with Bostrom in motion to the right, Tormola pitches it right to Rosenbrock. Has a seam to the outside, cuts it back in, and he's going to be thrown for a loss. Chad Seeknick made the play. It's a loss of 2 to the 45. I thought Rosenbrock was going to keep going, but he decided to stop, and that cost him 3rd and 12.
Yeah, sometimes when you try to cut back, that's the worst thing you can do, and sometimes you just got to rely on your speed. But I know what Rosenbrock was looking at. There's the Manitou's 2 biggest guys over there. Seeknick's at the defensive end, and then Corey is a linebacker on that same side. So they're playing both their big, strong guys on our right side of our offense. Both of them were there, and I'm sure Rosenbrock saw it.
3rd and 12 for the 45. Tormolen back to throw, a deep drop setting, throwing up over the middle. The pass is dropped by Brent Bostrom. He was open at the 36. He drops the football, and the Beatniggers will be forced to punt.
Yeah, too bad because that hit him right in the numbers. It was a beautiful play. Bostrom just ran right up that seam, right up the middle, and Tormolen hit him right on the numbers. And Bostrom actually had it in his hands as he took one step, but he started looking around, I think, expecting a hit, and ended up dropping it.
Well, let's see. Are the Beatniggers actually going to go for it here? I mean, this is a 4th and 12 at their own 45. Randy Dreitz is going to take a big gamble, it looks like. On 4th and 12, Tormolen on the play action, looking to throw, setting up deep up the left side. Baker's out there. He caught it. Now first down, and did he drop it? Yeah, he did catch it. And then the ball was dislodged as he was being tackled to the 28. A huge play and a first down, a gain of 27. It was made by Malachi Peterson. What a huge gamble taken by the Beatniggers and head coach Randy Dreitz. If that play didn't work, the Beatniggers would be in a heap of trouble.
Oh, boy, that's for sure. But Tormolen, you got to give that offensive line credit. He had plenty of time to throw the ball. That defensive line had zero pressure on him, and he just did a beautiful job of stepping into it, throwing the ball over his head, over that defender's head, and just some nice touch and some great accuracy and a good catch there by Baker.
First,
the pressure was on.
1st and 10 for the 28-yard line of Manitou Springs. In motion to the right is Brett Bostrom, and the ball is fumbled, and let's see who's got it. I think Manitou recovered it off the missnap, and they have got the football at the 27-yard line. It was a mishandled snap. And it's recovered over there by Casey Quarry, the first turnover of the game. And we still got 1:26 to go, and Manitou's got 2 timeouts.
Yep, we're the team that's making all the mistakes right now. And it didn't look like Tormolen never really had the football that well. They were going to try to make that quick handoff on that fly end around, and he just never really got a hold of the ball. It was one of those fumbles that popped up in the air before it ever hit the ground.
1st and 10 from their own 27, leading 12-7. And there's the handoff to Quarry, running right up the gut, and he's carrying defenders, but a short gain of 2 to the 29. The Beatniggers have got to make a stop here, Dave. If they're going to be trailing at halftime, it cannot be by more than 5. It'll be 2nd down and 8 to go. The clock is in favor of the Beatniggers as long as they don't allow a big play. As we are approaching the 1-minute mark here of the opening half, Manitou Springs with a 12-7 lead.
Our defense has got to be smart. Pay attention to Corey, who's touched the ball 11 times. Swanson's thrown it 5 and ran it 7 times. And then Morgan Burnell, he's caught the ball 4 times. There's only a few guys to pay attention to.
2nd and 8 for the 29, direct snap over to Seabeck. He fumbles the football, but he fell on it. At the 35-yard line, Oscar Soto made the play. It's a gain of 6, and that was very fortunate for Manitou Springs. Dave, I'm surprised they're not trying to score here before the break. They know this is an offensive game, but they're letting the clock roll. I think they're content with taking a 12-7 lead into halftime as the Beatniggers do receive the second half kickoff. We're down to 20 seconds to go. I believe they have to run one more play, but I am surprised by this.
And the name of their game is just to keep our offense off the field. You get a lead, that's what they're trying to do.
3rd and 2 from the 35. We're down to 5 seconds to go. Awaiting the direct snap. It goes to Quarry up the gut, and he dives to the 37. Soto makes the play. It's a gain of 2, and that's the end of the opening half with the score. Manitou Springs 12, Brush 7 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. And this ball is going to be squibbed. It's going to be fielded by one of the up men, and that is Baker at the 28-yard line running across the 30 to the 36. They didn't want any part of Kyle Rosenbrock on that kickoff, and the Beatniggers actually have very good field position.
Yeah, they do. I think the ball actually fell off the tee right before he kicked it, so he was kind of lucky that he got a hold of it. But it was a good thing it went to Baker. Baker's usually pretty sure-handed. He's the guy that can field that.
Stubbs Gas and Oil on I-76 and Highway 39 in Wicks. Don't delay and get there today to see why convenience is Stubbs' middle name at Stubbs Gas and Oil. 1st and 10 for the Beatniggers, trailing 12-7 on their own 36-yard line. Lining up on the right hash mark. Tormolen will hand it off on the left side to Rosenbrock, and he fumbles the football. It is loose. It is picked up by Manitou Springs, and Dustin Bonner has the football inside the 35 to the 33. I believe that's Rosenbrock's first fumble of the season, and Manitou Springs is in business as Rosenbrock gives it away on the first play from scrimmage. in the second half.
Rush tried to go to that 20 series. It's been so successful for him all year. And like you said, he gave up the fumble, but a lot of that's because Corey nailed him. Corey came up in his linebacker position, had his head in front right on the football, and just clocked him.
First and 10 from the Beetdinger 33-yard line. Direct snap to Swanson. He drives his way inside the 30, spinning towards the 29-yard line. Rosenbrock came away with the football, but the play was dead. You know, Rosenbrock wants to do everything in his power to make up for that miscue. It'll be a gain of 4, second down and 6 on the carry by Swanson.
Yep, 2 turnovers. Boy, that's something that just can't happen in a playoff level game. But the Diggers did a good job that time. You can see they might have made some adjustments on a play that typically would go for 5 or 6 yards. You know, they held them down to 4.
Second down and a long 6. The ball's just shy of the 29-yard line. Manitou Springs looking for a double-digit lead. The direct snap is going to go to Quarry. He goes right up the gut, and he's going to get nothing as he tries to go to his right. And Randy Baker trying to hold him up along with Tyler Stratman. Should get a yard now to the 28 as he was still driving his way. Tough load to bring down. Third down and 5 from the 28.
He hit Rosenbrock so hard he knocked Rosenbrock's helmet off. I'm not sure if the helmet's not broken. They took him off the field, and looks like he's all right over there. They're just talking to him.
Third and 5 for Manitou at the Beetdinger 28-yard line with 10.5 to go in the third. And the Mustangs leading the Beetdiggers by 5 points. The receiver to the left is Zach Carpenter. 2 receivers to the right. Swanson, awaiting the snap, has the football, hands it off to Quarry, right up the gut inside the 15-yard line. He's not going to get a first down. Maverick Seawald tried to hold him up, and then others were there, including Oscar Soto. And also into the play was Jake Morrow, a gain of 4. It'll be 4th down and a long 1 at the 24-yard line. This is a huge play now for the Beetdiggers on defense.
Yep, Manitou's just coming out wedge blocking like that. But one of our problems right now, though, is not one of our tacklers made a hit below his hips.
4th down and a long 1 at the Beetdinger 24-yard line. Awaiting the snap. And that is going to be Seatnick running to his left. First down. He drives inside the 24. An easy first down to the 20, a gain of 4. There was no trouble there. And finding a seam for Seatnick. And the Beetdiggers right now cannot figure out this Manitou Springs offense.
Yeah, the biggest thing, we just got to get across that line of scrimmage as a defensive line, and can't be giving up any of that. You know, any of that ground causing all that traffic, and got to give Manitou some credit because, boy, their offensive line is firing off.
First and 10 for Manitou at the Brush 20-yard line, already with a 12-7 lead. 2 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right. Seatnick is awaiting the snap. He has the football, goes right up the gut, and he's going to be held up after a gain of 3 at the 17-yard line. Seawald and others throw him back. But this is just power football when Seatnick or Quarry runs.
Right. We're just tackling upstairs. Nobody's hitting them down low, so that enables them to keep driving their feet. And, you know, you might stop them at 1 yard, but then they get 2 because you tackle them so high they fall forward.
Look to the team at Valley View Villa for rehab, short-term or long-term care needs. Stop by 815 Fremont or call them 867-8261. Valley View Villa. Second down and 7 to go from the 17-yard line of Brush. Direct snap to Quarry, right up the gut to the 15-yard line. They're tackling him high, and he continues to drive inside the 15 towards the 13. It's a gain of 4 for Casey Quarry. But again, this is very manageable for Manitou. 3rd down and 3.
You betcha, because they get 3 or 4 yards to carry. But like we just said, as long as we keep tackling that kid above his, up there around his waist and around his shoulders, he's going to carry us right down the field.
3rd down and 3 at the Beetdinger 13-yard line. And they're playing their game. They're keeping the Brush offense off the field. And when Brush offense has committed 2 turnovers in the last 2 plays, Burnell in motion. Swanson will keep it, and he's going to get maybe a yard. He will not get a first down. He tried a fake there to Burnell, and the Beetdiggers were ready for him. Oscar Soto was there along with Jake Morrow. 4th down and 2 for the Beetdigger 12.
Yeah, right now the Diggers just need to be thinking about, okay, who's their money man? Corey's the guy that's usually getting the ball. It's either Corey or Burnell. Swanson's got those 38 yards of quarterback, so they got to pay attention to 2 or 3 guys.
7:23 to go, third quarter. Manitou Springs 12, Brush 7. It's a 4th down and 2 from the 12-yard line. And we've had very few flags in this game. No penalties against Manitou Springs. 2 against Brush for 10 yards. On 4th and 2, direct snap to Swanson, and he's going to keep it himself. Run to his right, inside the 5, touchdown for Swanson. The Beat-Digger defense thought that Quarry had the football, and Swanson scores from 12 yards out. Manitou Springs 18, Brush 7.
Yeah, they faked it to Quarry, and he was basically running right in between the guard and the tackle on the right side. And Swanson left it right there in Quarry's belly for a little bit, and as soon as Quarry got past him, he just pulled it out and just followed him right up the same hole and then broke it to the outside. So it was a pretty nifty play there by Manitou.
Ashley Benson will attempt the extra point. She's a left-footed kicker. Awaiting the snap. It's there. That kick is up, and that kick is good. 7 minutes to go in the third quarter in the opening run of the 2A playoffs. Manitou Springs 19, Brush 7 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 8 plays, 33 yards, and 4 minutes and 45 seconds off the Kyle Rosenbrock fumble. Johnny Swanson scored from 12 yards out on 4th and 2. And it's a 19-7 Manitou Springs lead with 7 minutes to go in the third. And Dustin Bonner will kick it off. Kyle Rosenbrock is back to receive. And the Beat-Diggers need a special play on special teams to establish some field position. And that kickoff headed towards the sideline, bounces off of Jake Brown. He falls on the football at the 29-yard line. So, again, they want no part of Kyle Rosenbrock on any return. And now the Beat-Diggers, Dave, they've got 19 minutes of football to play, but you figure you've got to score on this drive because your defense cannot stop the opposition.
Yeah, we can't give them the ball and give them the chance to go up by 3 possessions. That's for sure. But the big thing is we got to get some confidence in ourselves here back and give our defense a chance to rest and regroup and give Manitou a chance to feel a little pressure.
1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Rosenbrock is the lone setback. Tormolin is back to throw a deep drop, looking up the right sideline. That pass is incomplete, and that was well defended. Randy Baker, the intended receiver, but right on top of him was Drew Falloon, a junior, and ill-advised pass.
Oh boy, that was well covered. He had all the position. He looked back for the ball. It looked like almost like Falloon was the one that he was throwing it to. It was such a bad pass.
2nd down and 10 for the Beat-Diggers at their own 29-yard line. Trailing by 12 points here in the third. See if they go to the running game this time as Rosenbrock will get the handoff up the middle to the 30, still on his feet to the 35. First down as he lunges across the 40 to the 41. I don't know if they'll give him the 41. Tackled by Johnny Swanson. Yeah, it's a gain of 12 for Kyle Rosenbrock.
That takes him to 50 yards now on 9 carries, and that's something we're going to have to do is make sure that we're getting the ball to some of those people that have been scoring this, or getting big yards this year.
1st and 10 for the Beat-Diggers at their own 41-yard line. Nico Guzman is the receiver to the right. With a back split, Tormolin hands it off to Rosenbrock. Check that, running across the 45. That is Rosenbrock as he spins to the 50-yard line. Big positive play for the Beat-Diggers, a gain of 9, 2nd down and 1, and Rosenbrock has got 2 carries for 21 yards on this drive.
You bet, already up to 59 yards, and that's exactly what we got to do. We got to get Manitou Springs feeling the pressure.
2nd down and 1 from the 50. Beat-Diggers are getting in and out of that huddle very quickly. Morrow is in the backfield now with Rosenbrock. 2nd and 1 from midfield. Tormolin on the bootleg left, swings it to the outside, a 1st down across the 50 to the 45, and he runs into a defender as he's taken out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 for Mitch Tormolin and a Beat-Digger 1st down.
Schwarber just ran over number 10, and a lot of his players came over there to check to see if he was all right. You got to kind of giggle a little bit because usually you don't see a quarterback deliver a blow like that.
Yeah, he stuck that right shoulder right into him. 5:49 to go in the third after the gain of 6 by Tormolin. 19-7 Manitou Springs. Jake Brown is the receiver to the right. To the left is Randy Baker. Bostrom now in the backfield for the Manitou Springs 44. Tormolen is back to throw, still looking, heaves it up the right side, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Intended for Jake Brown at the 11-yard line as Tormolen threw it on the outside shoulder, which is the right shoulder to throw it to because, again, it was well defended by Drew Falloon.
Yeah, he had to throw it over the outside shoulder, otherwise Falloon's the guy that comes down with it. But Jake did a good job at turning his head around the other way and trying to come back for the ball, but the ball was over here on the left hash mark, and Jake was clear out there in between the right hash mark and actually the sideline over there, so that was a really long throw.
Very long throw. Second down and 10 for Brush at the Manitou Springs 44-yard line. Brown is the lone receiver to the left. Baker's in motion to the right. Tormolen on the pitch right to Bostrom, swings it to the outside. He's inside the 40-yard line to the 35, and he's taken down and out of bounds, but not before a first down. Strong running by Double B. And it's a gain of 10.
Yeah, he ran that 58 pitch right underneath Rosenbrock. That had to freeze a linebacker there. Then Bostrom, once he got the ball, he took it all the way to the sideline. He didn't stop and try to cut it upfield. He trusted his speed to get out there and then turn it up. So I think that's some real heavy running there by Brett.
First and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the Manitou Springs 34-yard line. The backs are split. Tormolen, play action, looking to throw, still looking, throws it out to his right. The pass is complete. It's a very short game, though, to Brett Bostrom. And they're going to call complete. Oh, back to the line of scrimmage.
Said it was trapped.
Yep, incomplete as the clock is stopped. With 5:34 to go, third quarter. Manitou Springs 19, Brush 7. Yeah, that actually works better because they can't have the clock roll. Serves really no purpose for Brush. Bostrom, the receiver, to the left, 2 to the right. Second and 10 for the Manitou Springs 34-yard line. Tormolen hands it off to Rosenbrock up the middle, and he dives inside the 30 towards the 27. So Rosenbrock with some hard running picks up 7 yards. Chad Seatneck makes the play. 3rd and 3 to go for Brush.
66 yards now for Rosenbrock, 11 carries, and now we're starting to get some of the yards a guy like that has to have in order to win games like this.
Brush's local Napa and Hardware Hanks and Small Engine Repair Shop is Hometown Auto and Hardware. 1305 Edison Street in Brush. 3rd and 3 from the 27. The handoff to Rosenbrock, right side, stutter step inside the 25, still driving, first down as he drives to about the 22 for Kyle Rosenbrock, a gain of 5 for the Beat Digger sophomore.
They put Jake Morrow in there at that halfback position that time. He's wearing number 33 today. And so when we're going out there and we're going to run that 46, Morrow had to make the big block on the defensive end, and he sure did on that play.
First and 10 for Brush at the Manitou Springs 22, down by 12 with 4:43 to go in quarter number 3. Tormolen on the bootleg left, holds it on his left hip, inside the 25, back to the inside of the 20, and then he is somersaulted inside the 20 to about the 18. So that's a gain of 4 yards in the play. Second down and 6. Gold Jones made the hit.
Takes him to 15 yards on 3 carries, and Brush eating the clock up as they're driving the ball down the field.
Second and 6 from the 18-yard line. This drive is a must-score drive with Bostrom and Rosenbrock in the backfield. On second down, Tormolen is going to hand it off to Rosenbrock right up the gut. He's got 2, maybe 3 yards to the 15. They'll give him 3. Looked like Casey Corey got a piece of the ball carrier. 3rd down and 3 to go for the Beat Diggers.
Yeah, Corey took him down like he was shooting a double leg there. There was no way Rosenbrock was going to be able to break that tackle.
4-down territory for Brush. This will be the 12th play of the drive. Nothing has come easy for either Manitou Springs or Brush today. No big plays. 3rd and 3 from the 15-yard line of Manitou Springs. Tormolen is going to hand it off to Rosenbrock, right side, inside the 15 to the 10, still on his feet. He's got a first down. It'll be a 1st and goal with the ball resting at about the 5. And for Rosenbrock, that's a gain of 10.
84 yards now for Rosenbrock. His Brush came out and just ran that 46 again, just attacking off tackle. As Manitou with that 6-man front, they're leaving a big hole out there between the tackle and our tight end, and their linebackers clear over there across from our guard, and that's Casey Corey. I think they're worried about that trap.
First and goal from the 5. Morrow and Rosenbrock are in the backfield. Tormolin under center awaiting the snap. Gives it to Rosenbrock, running left side, inside the 3 to the 2, and I think he's not into the end zone yet. Wow, they drove him back. Check that. He was running laterally to his left, so it's only a gain of 1. So the tackle was made over there by Ryan Benner. Second and goal from the 4.
Yeah, he didn't really get his shoulder pads turned upfield that time. I think we were running that 47, and it seemed like he was trying to get out there to the hole, but he just got hit before he got there, and he never really turned it up.
Under 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Brush trails Manitou Springs 19-7 here in the opening round of the 2A playoffs. Second and goal from the 4, and I think Manitou had to call a timeout unless it's an equipment issue, which it is on Cole Jones. Tristan Damon, a junior, checks in for Manitou Springs. In the backfield are Morrow and Brett Bostrom. On second down and goal for the 4. Mitch Tormolin hands it off on the left side, and hit in the backfield is Morrow. He's going to lose yardage to the 6, maybe the 7, as Damon, who just replaced Jones, made the hit. It's a loss of 3. Third and goal from the 7.
Boy, that was just a tough hit right there. Number 54 just came up, just made a textbook tackle. We just weren't able to get a piece of that kid as he's playing that defensive end position in that 6-man front. But that's because he's playing out so wide. Our guys can't get out there to get to him.
Rosenbrock back in the backfield with Bostrom. Third and goal with the ball just inside the 7. And we have a flag thrown. It's going to go against Brush. Wonder if somebody lined up off sides.
They're saying that our wide receiver over on that side is not up on the line of scrimmage. That's a bad mistake. You know, they have to look out there. They need to pay attention to where the ball is, but at the same time, they got to look to see if that official that's out there on the sideline is telling them if they're on the line of scrimmage or not.
The official mark is just outside the 11. We'll call it the 11. Well, the season right now, Dave, is down to these 2 plays. If Manitou holds with a 12-point lead with 1:27 to go in the third, it would take a monumental comeback for the Beat Diggers to win this game. Third and goal, just shy of the 11. Tormolin is going to roll to his right, looking to throw, still looking, setting up, throwing right side. The pass going to be incomplete. Looking for interference, and Randy Dreitz is not happy, intended for Alec Peterson.
Well, the ball was tipped. They had a guy up in front, and then they had the guy that was covering Peterson, and the up guy was able to get his hand out there and get his hand on the football. So there was 2 guys that are covering him.
Right, and when it's tipped, that nullifies any contact. I mean, the contact can be made after that, and it's not interference, and the Beat Diggers have to call a timeout. We'll keep it right here. Brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East with 1:09 to go, third quarter. Manitou Springs in the lead over Brush by a score of 19-7. Manitou is 2-1 in this series against Brush, including a state championship over 20 years ago. And right now, despite a drive that has consumed a good 5+ minutes, nearly 6 minutes, the Beat Diggers need one huge play right now.
Yeah, fourth and goal, but we're on the 11, and you have to go to the well. You have to figure out what you're going to do, and I'm not sure, if the Diggers have that trick play in their hip pocket, to get the ball in the end zone or not.
Well, it's just a killer. They had first and goal at the 5.
Yeah,
and you couldn't even move it forward. You moved it forward 1 yard, then backwards 3, then another penalty.
Well, we had that missed block over here on this side. Our tight end and our tackle having a hard time blocking that number 54, and he came across and hit Morrow, when he was still 2 yards deep into the backfield. And then you follow that with that penalty, and that just sucks the momentum right out of you.
Fourth and goal for the 11. Trips to the right. Guzman, Peterson, and Brown. Kyle Rosenbrock is the lone setback. If the Beat Diggers score, this could save the season. And on fourth down, Tormolin rolling to his right, setting up, looking, throwing right side towards the end zone. The pass is going to be dropped. A low throw to Jake Brown. He was open, and the ball was not caught by Brown.
Brown
and Manitou Springs takes over.
Yeah, Brown had to kind of lay back. You know, it's one of those plays where his feet it was behind him maybe a little bit low, but his feet got out in front of him, and he had to go down and, you know, try to catch it after he got seated, and the ball hit him in the hands, and maybe one of those that the catch could have been made, but it would have had to have been a really good effort.
Yeah, that throw was a little bit low, but certainly catchable. 1st and 10 now. How does the ball get to the 12? It's amazing how he can move the ball half a yard. Waiting the direct snap. It goes to Corey. He'll take it himself on the right side trying to break tackles, and he's got a yard to the 13-yard line. The Beatniggers were there to make the play. As Maverick Seawald makes the first hit. 2nd down and 9 to go from the 13-yard line with 45 seconds to go in the 3rd.
That time we had 2 tacklers that were right there down around his legs. And that's something we're going to have to do because he's not busting off the big ones because of speed. He's busting them off because we're jumping on his back and letting him carry us.
The Beatniggers are going to have to play their best quarter of the season. This should be the final play of the 3rd. 2nd down and 9 from the 13-yard line. A stop. It's what the Beatniggers have not had today. Waiting the snap, and Swanson has it across the left side, cutting it back, and he is going to get nothing. And the ball is fumbled. I think the Beatniggers might have fallen on it at the 11-yard line. No, it's going to stay with Manitou Springs. Beatniggers, unfortunately, cannot catch a break in this game. That's the 2nd fumble by Manitou that they've recovered on their own. The ball is back to the 11. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. A loss of 2 by Swanson with a score. Manitou Springs 19, Brush 7 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urick as we head to the 4th quarter. In this first round 2A state playoff game, Manitou Springs with a 19-7 lead over Brush. This is the time, Dave, the Beatniggers can make a play. 3rd and 11 from the 11. Manitou Springs has the ball on their own side of the field.
Yep, now they got to pay attention where number 16's at. They got Bostrom out there on him, and you know that's their go-to guy, but you got to look for Corey to run the ball as well, so they just got to pay attention to those couple of players.
Yeah, they might stay conservative. Morgan Burnell wears 16. Back to throw Swanson. Pump faking. Throwing left side wide open. That is caught by Bonner along the left sideline. 1st down. And he was wide open at the 30-yard line. He's out of bounds at the 37. That's a gain of 26, and that might be the dagger right there.
Boy, that was a tough one there. They had a mismatch. They had one of our defensive ends having to make that coverage and put our defensive end in a position where he had to cover a good wide receiver. The receiver just ran in, down the field, and then he got to the sideline, and boy, it was just a nice pass.
Stop, shop, and save with all of your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. Brush Grocery Cart at 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. 1st and 10 for Manitou Springs at their own 37. They're up 19-7. And they've got control of this game. Direct snap, handoff to Corey. Corey is hit by Jake Morrow, and then others come in to meet him at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10, but the Beatniggers are coming up with good plays just a play too late.
Right. But again, on that tackle, we had 4 guys there, but not one guy went in and took his legs. Not one of them. Everybody was up there around the football, around his arms and his shoulders.
2nd down, we'll call it a long 10. Just shy of the 37-yard line. Dave, I'm stunned that the Beatniggers have been held to 7 points. They haven't had the football. So, I mean, when they've had it, a couple of mistakes, held on downs as well. In a shotgun formation off that single wing. Swanson has it, and he'll keep it himself running to his right. He's got a couple of yards as he dives to the 38-yard line. The Beatniggers with nice containment. Eddie Arribas was one of the Beatniggers making the hits.
Diggers making an adjustment there defensively without 4 guys up there on the line. They're bringing some more guys up. They've been doing it throughout the game, but on that particular situation, again, they had 5 guys up there and trying to shut that running game down just like people do to us.
3rd and 9 from the 38. And the Beatniggers only have 2 timeouts remaining. Here's another chance for Brush to stop Manitou Springs. Neither team has punted today. On 3rd down and 9 from the 38. Again, a few steps behind center. Swanson, deep drop, pumping, looking to throw, setting up a screen. Wide open is Burnell to the 40-yard line to the 45, and he dives. He's got a 1st down. Alec Peterson makes the tackle as he gets to the 48-yard line. They needed 9. They got 10, and the sticks move for Manitou Springs.
Yep, just that screen was wide open there. You know what's impressive? They're a running team, but they're 7 for 7 passing the ball, 92 yards.
Well, the Beatniggers do have a young squad, very few seniors on this team, and they're going to learn from this game going into next year. As the football is placed just shy of the 49-yard line. And, Dave, you know they're going to take their time in the huddle now. From the 49, direct snap to Seeknick running left. He's met after a yard as he tries to drive inside the 50, but he's down at the 50-yard line. Eddie Arribas and Jake Morrow there, Kyle Rosenbrock as well. Morgan Burnell is down, but he's getting up slowly. Second down, and 9 to go for Manitou Springs. 9.5 to go in the game. For the best prices and special offers on top quality car parts and accessories, visit Central Auto Parts, 1001 West Pot Avenue in Fort Morgan. And like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Greg Mullen is there. Let Greg Mullen work with you to get the discounts you desire and the coverage you need. State Farm agent Greg Mullen. Second down and 9 for the 50. And that single wing. Direct snap. Goes to Seeknick running to his left. He's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Oh, they're going to give him a cheap yard. Come on. Jake Morrow makes the play. And I say come on to the official. I mean, his knee was down at the 15. He just kind of spun his way to the 49. Third down and 8.
Morrow did a good job of reading his keys, though, again, and following those guards, following those blockers. You see the Manitou comes out, they watch his back judge. When he starts waving his hand, that's when they get ready to snap the ball.
Third down and 8 from the Beatniker 49. Swanson awaiting the snap. Two-step drop, pumps, throws it deep up the right side. Pass going to be tipped incomplete. Great job by Dustin Bonnert, who tipped the ball away because it would have been intercepted at the 37-yard line, and Manitou will have to punt for the first time in the game.
Yeah, that was a good job by him as Jake was in good position. I thought Brown was going to be able to come down with the football. Not on that play.
Casey Quarry to punt. Dave, still time. 8:28 to go. You got 2 timeouts, but you got to score. You've got to score really quickly here.
Manitou changed their offense, haven't they? They're not hurrying up anymore, giving the Diggers a little bit more time to prepare on each play.
And now we've got a timeout called by Manitou Springs. We'll take it with them. 8:28 to go in the game. Manitou Springs 19, Brush 7 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 19-7 in favor of Manitou Springs. John Beltran with Dave Urick. As Casey Quarry will punt for Manitou on a 4th and 8 from the Beatniker 49-yard line with 8:28 to go. Beatnickers look like they're coming after this one. There's the snap and a heavy rush, and Seawald runs into the punter. It's not going to be a roughing the punter. The ball bounces inside the 15 to the 10, now down to the 9. Should be a 5-yard penalty. That's certainly not roughing. And let's see what that call is. That's running into the punter. Should be a 5-yarder, but it should set up a 4th down at the 44-yard line. It'll still be 4th down, but 4th and 3. Yeah, if you get that close, Dave, you got to make contact with the football.
Yeah, I know he's not usually the blocking kind of guy, so he's probably not used to practicing, diving out to where the ball's going to be after it comes off the punter's foot. But, when he tried to block it, he was headed basically right towards the punter, and then he kind of came down right on top of him with his helmet a little bit, and that kind of provoked the flag.
Well, the penalty is declined because the punt went all the way down to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, the Diggers, I think after that happened, I'm not sure if they even tried to field the punt or not.
No, they didn't. So it's a 40-yard punt with no return, and now Brush needs a big play here just to get in better position. 1st and 10. The ball's at their own 9-yard line with 8:15 to go in the game. Manitou Springs 19, Brush 7.
Diggers take over on their 9-yard line.
Yeah, the Diggers going to learn from that one. They got to remember to field the ball. If the whistle hasn't blown, keep playing.
Oh, this will be Mitch Tormolen's last game unless he can put together a couple of nice drives here. 1st and 10 from the 9. Tormolen is going to hand it off right up the gut, and Kyle Rosenbrock has a yard to the 10, and that's it. 2nd down.
Carrying the ball for the Beat Diggers.
And 9 to go for Brush. They're right up to the line of scrimmage. They're at the 10-yard line. Under 8 minutes to go in the game. And down by 12. Let's see if Tormolen puts this one in the air. Tormolen is back to throw. No pressure. Setting up. Here comes the pressure. Rolling to his right. Steps out of it. Throws over the middle. Passes. Tipped. And caught. No. Dropped by Baker. He dropped it at the 23-yard line. Tried to tip it to himself. It'll be 3rd down. and 9 to go for Brush, and the Beat Diggers are clearly frustrated.
Yeah, Baker had that one. He did a good job of getting open, and you saw him, waving at Tremolin, showing that he was open as he knew Tremolin was scrambling. So he did a great job of getting open, but the ball was right on the money, and it just went right through his hands.
Dave, I hate to say this is 4-down territory. It's your own 10-yard line, but what else do you have to lose with 7:43 to go in the game, trailing by 12? 3rd and 9 at their own 10-yard line. Let's see what Tormolin can pull out here. The Beat Digger quarterback, back to throw, still looking, throws out to his right. Pass is caught by Bostrom along the sideline, breaks the tackle at the 30, still on his feet, and he's across the 40 to the 42-yard line. A gain of 32, a Beat Digger first down.
What a great play. Bostrom got open, he ran down the sideline. Tremolin put it right on the money, but that's a hard pass to catch when it's such a well-thrown ball. Not only does he catch it, but then he breaks a couple of tackles.
Still plenty of time, 7:32 to go. Clock is moving, though. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at their own 42-yard line. They're still alive if they can score on this drive. 2 receivers out to each side. Tormolin, 3-step drop, looking, pressure coming, throws off his back foot over the middle. The pass is complete. A first down to Jake Brown and a late flag. Ball is down at the 42-yard line. The gain of 16. Now let's see what the flag's all about. Face mask against Manitou Springs. That should add 5 more yards, just a 5-yarder. Placing the ball, it should be at the 37-yard line. Dave, this could be a money drive for Brush. It has to be a money drive.
I think got a long way down the field, not much time. Schmolin's completed 6 of 13 now.
Trips to the left. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the Manitou Springs 37-yard line. The lone setback is Rosenbrock. Tormolin is back to throw. Looking, setting up deep over the middle. The pass is incomplete. Wide open at the 25 was Brown. But a little bit too far in front. But I think Tormolin wanted Brown to cut it inside even more, and that's why he threw it there. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I think Brown might have faded that one back a little bit deeper than what Schmolin was expecting, but nonetheless, he was wide open there in the middle, and now these Manitou Springs linebackers are going to have to start thinking about staying home a little bit more. They're only got 4 guys up there on the line of scrimmage right now.
Brown, Peterson, and Guzman are the receivers to the left, all underclassmen. Baker to the right, another underclassman. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Tormolin hands it off to Rosenbrock, and he's in at the line of scrimmage. Manitou Springs was not fooled at all. It'll be 3rd down and 10, as it was made by Ryan Benner. Well, they were ready for that, Dave.
They sure were. They're just playing rough, You saw there at the end of the play, they're just playing real aggressively and rough as they push Rosenbrock off, after he made the tackle.
Well, this is it. 2 plays. Beat Diggers need 10 yards combined over the next 2 plays, or just 10 on this one. 3rd and 10 from the 37. Tormolin, play action, looking to throw, still looking. Heaves it deep up the left side, wide open. Pass is caught by Baker. 10, 5. It's a first goal for the Beat Diggers on that long pass to Randy Baker. Down to the 4-yard line. It's a gain of 33.
That doubles Baker's yards. He had 33 before that catch. Great play as it takes Mitch Tremolin up to 150 yards. 7 of 15.
Well, the Beat Diggers had a 1st and goal at the 5, and they did not score. Now 1st and goal at the 4. Handoff, Rosenbrock, left side towards the end zone. Touchdown for Kyle Rosenbrock from 4 yards out. The Beat Diggers are back in the game with 6:14 to go. It is Manitou Springs 19, Brush 13.
Boy, they just ran that off tackle over here on the left side. After the Manitou Springs defense had to start playing the pass a little bit more, it opened up that run.
A 91-yard drive in 2 minutes and 1 second. Now the all-important extra point to make this a 5-point game once again. Off the hold of Mitch Tormolin. Jesus Guttinas, the senior. The snap is there. The kick is blocked. It is blocked by Malachi Peterson. 6:14 to go in the game. Manitou Springs 19, Brush 13 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers to kick it off here after the 8-play, 91-yard drive in 2 minutes and 1 second. Kyle Rosenbrock scores from 4 yards out. 19-13 in favor of Manitou Springs. The Beat Diggers just had a stop defensively before that 91-yard drive. They need another one. They do have 2 timeouts remaining. And again, 6 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the game. Jesus. It's an onside kick. The ball is loose, and the Beat Diggers cannot feel that it goes out of bounds. Oh, it took an ideal hop, but it was just too strong. And Brush could not field it inbounds. And, the ball was tipped, they're going to say. The ball was tipped. Let's see, the football is going to be placed at the 44 for Manitou Springs on their own side of the field. And it will be. That's where the Mustangs have possessed great field position.
Boy, if that thing didn't take such a tall hop, I think we would have been on it. We'd have been all over it.
Yeah.
It took the perfect balance. The Manitou Springs guy that was on the outside over on that side, he was set up to catch it, but it went right over his head. It was just too high.
1st and 10 for Manitou Springs at their own 44-yard line. Awaiting the snap. There it is to Swanson. He'll take it up the middle, and he's hit by Jake Morrow behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 44, well, they'll give him the line of scrimmage. No gain. 2nd down and 10 to go for Manitou Springs.
The crowd over there is starting to come alive. Diggers, they have a set up over there in one set of bleachers with just nothing but yellow and maroon over there, and they went crazy when Morrow was able to stand him up there in the backfield.
And the Beat Diggers have got to stop Manitou Springs as soon as they can here because the clock is with the Mustangs if they pick up 1 or 2 first downs. 2nd down and 10. The football's at their own 44-yard line. 19-13 Manitou. Awaiting the snap off the shotgun of Swanson, looking to throw pumps. And he throws a pass, going to be caught. And it's going to be a first down inside the 45 to the 44. Boy, a big hit made. It's going to be a gain of 10. I don't know if that was Bonnert or Burnell because it's not Burnell.
I think it's Bonnert.
Yeah, I think it is too. And he's still down. It was just a hard hit.
So he caught the ball, he turned around and headed upfield, and then Eddie Arribas put his shoulder pad right in his chest and put him flat on his back. There was no motion other than that. It happened exactly like I said it.
Yeah, the football's at the Beat Digger 45 with 5:29 to go. He just got his bell rung. And right now, Bonnert flat on his back. Keeping community banking simple and committed to their community. Morgan Federal Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And don't let finances stand in your way of pursuing your college education. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session that will get you on the right track and find out what options are available to help you. No matter what age you are at MCC, you can imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goal at Morgan Community College. As they're still attending to Dustin Bonner to 1st and 10 for Manitou Springs at the 45-yard line of Brush. He's in a seated position. And it looks like he'll be assisted off the field. And Dave, as far as the football aspect is concerned, you really cannot allow any more first downs at this point.
No, we got to hold them. We definitely can't let them get in the end zone. But, just plays like that, we keep giving up that 10-yard play here and there, I know Brush was expecting Burnell to get the ball. Him and Bonner just ran this little cross, and they went ahead and threw it to Bonner, even though Burnell might have been a little bit open.
Well, great job of Bonner holding on to the football.
Oh, yeah.
Because he took the pop, as you mentioned, from Eddie Arribas. 1st and 10. Clock rolling. 5:20 to go in the game. They've got the football at the Beat Digger 45-yard line. Waiting the snap. Running right is Cenek. He's inside the 45 to the 44. That's it. A gain of 1 as he's driven back. Then Cenek's helmet comes off his head. So it's 2nd down and 9. A bevy of Beat Diggers led by Eddie Arribas in on that play.
Nobody hit him low, but they were all in there ripping and tearing at that football. But now if you're going to play for a turnover, this is definitely the best time.
2nd down and 9 from the Brush 44. The Beat Diggers have turned it over twice. Manitou Springs has not turned it over, although they fumbled it twice, but they recover their own fumble. Swanson awaiting the snap out of that shotgun. Has the football. 2-step drop. Looking, throwing deep over the middle. The pass is going to be incomplete. Oh, boy, a diving attempt at an interception by Alec Peterson at the 25, intended from Zach Carpenter. 3rd down and 9 to go. This is a critical play for the Beat Diggers.
The best part about that was the fact that it stopped the clock. That Jake Morrow jumped up in the air from his linebacker position as he dropped back into his flats. He was about 10 yards deep, and he went up with 2 hands right over his head, and the ball just went right in between his fingers.
Randy Baker checks in for Tyler Stratman. Now you've got to make the play. The passing game has been very good today for Manitou Springs. Seaneck now waiting the direct snap. 3rd and 9 for the Beat Digger 44. Burnell's in motion to the left. No, the direct snap goes to Quarry, running behind his left guard. He's inside the 45 to the 40, and he's down at the 40. He'll pick up 4 yards in the play. Kyle Rosenbrock and Jake Morrow in on the tackle. 4th down and 5 to go. If you're the Beat Diggers, just let them punt the football and don't do anything ridiculous like a penalty that could extend the drive.
Right on, but we got through there last time. We had some guys get back there deep enough to where they could block that thing, but they better beware because Corey's the running back as well. He can run with it, so they're going to have to make sure they keep him contained.
Yeah, with 3:58 to go in the game. Let's see what Manitou Springs does. There's the snap. He will punt it. It's very high, end over end. Baker will field it at the 9, running to the 10, straight ahead to the 15-yard line, back to the inside. He's down at about the 17, maybe the 18. Dave, the season will ride on this final drive for Brush at the 18-yard line with 3:46 to go in the game.
Baker received that. You saw him look ahead to see if there was any coverage coming down the field, so he knew if he could run with it or not. He looked ahead, he saw he could run with it, he caught the ball, but then he kind of danced around a little bit there in the middle. Maybe one of those plays he needed to get to the sideline and turn that thing upfield and use his speed to try to run away from a lot of these second-string Manitou kids that were in there on the punt team.
1st and 10 from the 18. Tormolin is back to throw, looking, setting up, throwing it deep up the right side. It's going to be incomplete, almost caught by Ben Mickey at the 43. It went off his fingertips. It'll be 2nd down and 10. That was nearly an incredible catch.
He threw it before Mickey was even ready to catch it. Mickey hadn't even turned back yet, so it was a good job for Ben to be able to find that thing in the air, but I'll tell you what, it did hit him in the hands. It was a drop pass we should have had.
3:41 to go in the game. Manitou Springs, 19. Brush, 13. 2nd down and 10 for the Beat Diggers at their own 18-yard line. 2 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right. The lone setback is Kyle Rosenbrock on 2nd down. Tormolin back to throw, looking, throws it up the right side. That pass is going to be caught by Baker. I think he stayed in bounds. He did! An incredible catch by Baker, a gain of 25.
Yep, 91 yards now for Baker. 175 yards now for Tormolin. Just a beautiful play as Tremolin threw it right over the head of the cornerback. Baker had to jump up in the air with 2 hands to catch the ball, and he didn't come down more than a yard inside the sideline.
And the defender right on top of him, and Baker still made the play. 57 yards of the Beat Diggers from tying the game. 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Tormolin hands it off to Rosenbrock, up the middle of the 45, and he lunges towards the 46. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Rosenbrock winning the ball.
On the gain of 2 by Kyle Rosenbrock.
It takes him to 88 yards now on 18 carries, and just having a really hard time getting up ahead of steam. I think he might have slipped a little bit in the backfield on that play.
2nd down and 8 to go for the 45. 55 yards away. Tormolin looking to throw, setting up, stepping up in the pocket. Now he throws over the middle. The pass is incomplete. A diving attempt at the 42 by Jake Brown. 3rd down and 8 to go for the Beat Diggers at their own 45. 3:05 to go in the game. Manitou Springs 19, Brush 13. Now they place it at the 46. They gave the Beat Diggers an extra yard there, really. But they'll take it. 3rd and 7 to go from the 46.
Tremolin hustled over to the sideline. I think they felt like maybe the kid got a hold of Brown's jersey and kept him away from the football. They didn't get a call there.
Tremolin up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 7 from the 46. Tormolin rolling to his right. Pressure coming. Setting up a screen to the left. It's caught by Bostrom at the 45. Back to the inside of the 50. Bostrom for the 1st down. What a move by Brett Bostrom to the 45 of Manitou Springs. It's a gain of 9, and the drive continues for the Beat Diggers.
Bostrom did a great job catching the ball. It was overthrown. He had to jump in the air with his left hand and tip it and pull it in. And then after he made the catch, you could tell he wanted to get to the sideline, but it just wasn't there. He had to go with his gut feel, and he cut it back to the middle and just ran straight ahead. After he cut it back to the middle, he made his shoulders return straight up the field.
2:43 to go in the game. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the Manitou Springs 45-yard line. Tormolen is rolling to his right, throwing underneath. The pass is going to be caught by Jake Brown along the sideline. That's a first down or close to it. As he's knocked out of bounds, looks like the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 12 from Tormolen to Brown.
Yeah, he did a good job of getting open over there. It was about a 5-yard out. He made the sure catch, turned it upfield, and I'm really glad that he had the savvy to be ready to get out of bounds had the defender not taken him that way.
Still plenty of time, Dave. 2 minutes and 33 seconds to go. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the 33-yard line of Manitou Springs. This drive started at the 18. They just went on a 91-yard drive before a defensive stand. Trips to the left. And let's see what we've got. It looks like a stoppage in play. Looks like the Beat Diggers called a timeout. That would be the second charge timeout for Brush, brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street in Fort Morgan. They'll professionally fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, that's Ehrlich Toyota East. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the 33-yard line. David, looked like the Beat Diggers were dead moments ago, but they're 33 yards away from tying the game.
Boy, having to take that timeout hurt, though, I'll tell you that. Diggers had too many guys in the huddle. Then right before the play, they tried to hustle a guy off the field. Luckily, they called that timeout, or that would have been a penalty for illegal substitution. The Diggers just getting excited out there and having a hard time rotating their players in and out.
Well, if you score, Dave, you want to leave almost no time on the clock.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Manitou Springs can throw the football. They've shown that already. Trips to the left. 1st and 10 for Brush at the Manitou Springs 33-yard line. Peterson, Brown, and Guzman are the receivers. Kyle Rosenbrock is the lone setback. On 1st and 10, Tormolen is back to throw. No pressure. He's a deep up the middle, and the pass is caught. Oh, no, dropped. Oh, jeez. It was right in the hands of Nico Guzman at the 7, and he took a hit. 2nd down and 10. I thought he had pulled it in.
Yeah, he was wide open. The ball hit him right in the numbers. Well, actually, it hit him in the hands. It didn't even quite get to his numbers, but it was just the perfect pass. He just couldn't come down with it. You got to believe he must have hurt the footsteps.
2 minutes and 28 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10 for Brush at the Manitou Springs 33-yard line. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. On 2nd down, Tormolen back to pass, looking, pressure coming, throws it deep up the left side. Wide open, the pass is going to be caught by Guzman at about the 10-yard line, and over the shoulder catch by the sophomore. An outstanding play and a gain, looks like of 24 yards.
Right when we were down on Nico for not catching the other ball, he totally redeemed himself. He had to turn to the outside. That was a lot harder to catch than the other one. He had to turn his shoulders and catch the ball going towards the sideline. The Manitou sidelines and the Manitou bench is just standing here quiet.
Well, you got to use up clock now, Dave. 2:21 to go in the game. 1st and goal. The ball's just inside the 10. In the backfield are Bostrom and Rosenbrock. Tormolen awaits the snap. And he will bootleg it left. Gets around a defender. Along the left sideline to the 5. Touchdown! Miss Tormolen. The game is tied at 19 with 2:14 to go.
What a great call. What a great play. Manitou Springs had 7 guys up on the line of scrimmage. They even brought a linebacker up. There was nobody that was going to be able to get outside had they, if they were able to steal that thing off. I couldn't see which one of the Manitou defenders it was, but he dove in, tried to trip Tormolen up. It just wasn't going to happen. Tormolen kept his balance and just basically strolled into the end zone right along the sideline.
The extra point for the lead. The last one was blocked off the hold of Tormolen. Awaits the snap. It's there. The kick is up, and that's blocked as well. Blocked again. 2 minutes, 14 seconds to go in the game. Rush 19, Manitou Springs 19 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers have tied the game at 19 on a 9-play, 82-yard drive in 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Mitch Tormolen scores from 10 yards out. Unfortunately, Jesus Cardenas' extra point was blocked again, Dave, and that is just inexcusable.
Manitou Springs, they're lining up like it's going to be an onside kick. If you're Brush, you just come out here and you blast it. I think you blast it down there and try to beat them to the football.
Yeah,
we have nobody back.
Well, now they're sending somebody back, and Malachi Peterson. That would make no sense to think it's going to be an onside kick. The game is tied. Brush is now down in this game. They're not down whatsoever. The Beat Diggers have scored the last 12 points. So Jesus hopefully will kick it very deep, and they'll have bad field position. And this is a high, short kick and a fair catch call by Seatneck, and he falls back at the 31 as he called for the fair catch. They'll mark it at the 32. And that's where Manitou begins his drive with 2:14 to go. No time went off the clock there.
A heads-up play by Seatneck to call that fair catch there. And I think it was a real heads-up call there by the coaching staff to not kick that thing deep and just keep it there where it's manageable. Now, hopefully we can just keep an eye on their big-time ball carriers.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Awaiting the snap, Swanson rolls to his right, looking to throw. Swanson trying to work out a pressure, throws, and the pass is nearly intercepted. Oh, boy, he tried to throw it to Seatneck. Rosenbrock was around the football as he was getting tackled, and Swanson threw it as he was going down to the ground. 2nd down and 10. That was an ill-advised throw.
You know, we had some good pressure from the inside that time. We lost our containment over on the left side, so they were rolling out over towards the Beat Digger bench. We lost our containment from our defensive end over there. But I'll tell you what, we had some pressure from this backside. Well, that's what made him get forced out of the pocket.
Remember the Kyle Hefner interception when it was a 7-7 game against Florence. 2nd down and 10 from their own 32-yard line in a shotgun. Seatneck with a football, looking to throw deep over the middle. That pass is going to be incomplete. Oh, Eddie Arribas would have had the pick. But Casey Corey actually played defender there and tipped it away. 3rd and 10.
You know, Swanson threw 9 balls in a row. All of them were, well, he went for 8 for 9 to begin the game, and now he's got 3 in a row.
That was Seatneck who threw that one, though, on that play. So it's 3rd down and 10 from the 32. With 2:01 to go. Brush 19, Manitou Springs 19. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. And Seatneck is about to get the direct snap. He's got the football, 2-step drop, pumping, looking, throwing, and the pass is going to be tipped and caught for a 1st down at the 45-yard line. Oh, what a catch by Cole Jones. That's a gain of 13 yards, and the drive continues for Manitou. A tremendous catch.
Yeah, he tipped it once, went straight up in the air. Rosenbrock tried to make a play on it. He played the ball all the way, ran right past the receiver. Then the receiver was able to tip it, and it just came right back down into his hands. And that's just kind of been typical kind of game for Manitou tonight. Is they've been able to get a lot of those tips and those fumbles back in their hands.
1st and 10. And Swanson will take the direct snap. He'll run with the football across the 45, and he spins. He's down at the 50. It's a gain of 5. And now a timeout called by Manitou Springs. Jake Morrow in on the hit. It'll be 2nd down and 5. The timeout with 1:23 to go in the game. Dave, we couldn't ask for a better first-round game.
Boy, this is just really exciting. The Diggers had one of our linebackers flip there. Rosenbrock flipped to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage on that last play, but it was an arm tackle. He flew through and just stuck his arm out. Wasn't able to quite get his shoulder pad on him. But Manitou Springs, you know, they've got to have a couple of plays where they can go deep. I'm afraid if they don't throw it deep here pretty quick, you know, it might be too late for them because I don't think their kicker's going to have the leg to be able to kick it that far. It'll force the game into overtime.
2nd down and 5 to go for Manitou. The ball's at midfield after, well, that was a huge play on the 3rd and 10, that catch by Cole Jones, which kept the drive going. If not, the Beat Diggers would have had the football with a timeout to go and a chance to win the game in regulation. Now they've got to make a play on defense if they want the football back in regulation. If not, as you mentioned, Dave, the game would go into overtime.
We really need to get some pressure from our front 4. We were playing with 5 guys up there on the line of scrimmage there for a while, got 4 guys up there now, and these 4 have really got to work hard to get some pressure on the quarterback, whoever it is throwing the ball.
On 2nd and 5. Awaiting the snap is Swanson. Back to throw. Looking. And he's getting pressure. He was going to go down. Oh, there's going to be a face mask on Maverick Seawald. There's going to be a face mask now. It occurred back at about the 41, so I think they'll mark it off from where the penalty took place. It's still going to be a first down for Manitou Springs, but that was a personal foul face mask. Oh, that's too bad, but Dave, that's why you go low.
Yep, that's why you got to tackle low, and you're up there with your arms up there high. Bad things are going to happen.
Now, let's see. That ball's going to be placed at the 42-yard line, so it amounts to an 8-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, but a 15-yard penalty with 1:16 to go in the game. Brush 19, Manitou Springs 19.
Well, I wish we could have that one back and just have the sack.
And Manitou Springs going to huddle up. So by the time they snap the football, the clock's going to be at about a minute. 1st and 10 at the Beat Digger 42. And we are now under 1 minute to go in the game. Let's see if Swanson gets the direct snap. And he does with a 2-step drop, heaving it up the right side, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Morgan Burnell, well defended at the 7-yard line. 50.4 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10 to go for Manitou Springs. They're not in field goal range as of yet. They probably need, Dave, I'm guessing, because I know they have 2 kickers. Ashley Benson is one of them. I think Seatneck might be the other. But they probably need, or Dustin Bonner, they probably need about, I'm guessing, at least 20 yards, or 15 to 20.
Well, at least. We just got to make sure our receiver, last time our defensive backs had them covered, but they let the receiver get to the inside, leave the quarterback an easy pathway to throw the ball. Swanson with the direct snap, 2-step drop, throwing off to the left, and the pass is caught. It's a diving reception, but inbounds by Quarry at the 33-yard line. He might be short of a first down. The clock continues to roll, and now, let's see, it's stopped for the movement, or the measurement, I should say, with the football resting at about the 32.5. He doesn't have a first down here. I think they're going to bring out the chains. That's an official's timeout. It's a gain of 9 on the catch by Quarry, but from this vantage point, it looks like he's short by about half a yard. We have 38.3 seconds to go in the game. At 502 Ensign in downtown Fort Morgan, B&B Appliance can help you save water, energy, and the environment without sacrificing quality and performance. Change for the better with B&B Appliance. Let's see, they'll stretch out the sticks momentarily, and they're getting very close to field goal range. With 38.3 to go. No, it is a first down, so give him 10. Well, I didn't think he had it from here, but that's the call on the field. And the key play was that 13-yard reception by Cole Jones. The official spot, I'm guessing, is the 32. But just can't give up 10 yards here. Not even 10 yards. 38 seconds left to go. Well, the clock will restart. Once they reposition the chains, the clock will restart because that was an official's timeout. The chains taking their time getting back over there, setting up. Swanson out of that shotgun. Now 33 seconds to go from the 32 of Brush. Has the football, and now do we have a timeout? Yeah, the final timeout called by the Beat Diggers. We'll take it with them. 31.7 seconds to go in the game. Brush 19, Manitou Springs 19 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Brush Beat Diggers were seemingly out of this game, trailing 19-7. And then a couple of touchdowns, one by Kyle Rosenbrock, the other by Mitch Tormolen. But with 2 blocked extra points, the game is tied at 19 with 31.7 seconds to go. It is a 1st and 10 for Manitou Springs at the Brush 32-yard line. And they're just about in field goal range. Johnny Swanson awaiting the direct snap for the Beat Digger 32. 2-step drop, looking, steps into the pocket, throws to his left, incomplete. Quarry was open at the 23, but he airmailed it. 2nd and 10, 26.4 seconds to go in the game. Manitou still has a couple of timeouts. They high-load Oscar Soto there in the middle. One of their guys stood him up. The other guy hit him down below and caused him to get tripped up. We had a little bit of pressure there on the outside. You know, the kid could feel that we were closing in on him. But we got 3 guys rushing there in the middle. Seawald, Carwin, and Soto. On 2nd down,
Again, a quick drop for Swanson, looking, stepping up in the pocket, and he's down. Maverick Seawald with a sack, back at about the 38-yard line. And now Manitou Springs calls a timeout. The loss of about 5 yards in the play. It'll be 3rd and 15 with 19.3 seconds to go. That's a huge sack by Seawald.
Gigantic, and he still reached up there. He was still grabbing up there high enough, but where we got away with it was the fact that the kid was trying to roll back over to the right side, and right when he turned around was when Seawald grabbed a hold of him. So good play there by Maverick. You can't just come out there as a defensive end if you're one of those three guys and just charge straight ahead. He's making things happen, really putting pressure and fighting and ripping and tearing around the outside.
All right, when play resumes, it'll be 3rd down and 15 to go for Manitou Springs at the Brush 38-yard line with 19.3 seconds to go in the game. The Beat Diggers trailed 19-7 going into the quarter. Now deadlocked at 19. Manitou Springs back up to the line of scrimmage. Swanson and Seatneck in the single wing formation are in the backfield. Swanson more than likely will get the direct snap. On 3rd and 15. Swanson has the football. Deep drop. Looking, stepping up in the pocket, throwing out to his right. The pass is caught by Burnell. He's going to be taken down at the 26-yard line. And that'll be a gain of about 12 yards. It looks like Manitou Springs has no timeouts left. They'll have to clock the football 2 seconds, 1 second, and the clock's going to run out. We're going to overtime. With the score, Brush 19, Manitou Springs 19 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urich, as we are back from Manitou Springs. We're headed to overtime. Brush 19, Manitou Springs 19. I believe this is the first overtime game the Beat Diggers have played since defeating Roaring Fork 29-28 in Brush in the state quarterfinals. Again, that was a 2004 game. Now in overtime, each team receives one possession at the opposing team's 10-yard line. So, Dave, if you win the toss here, normally you'll like to play defense,
Yeah, you know what you got to do. If you get the ball first and they hold you tight and you kick a field goal, you only score 3. If you do that the second time, you know if you have to go for it on 4th down or not.
Well, the Beat Diggers, being the visiting team, they get to call heads or tails. And let's see who the coin toss has been won by. This is obviously critical. If it goes to a second overtime, the team that plays defense first will play defense second in the second overtime. Or vice versa. That might have been poorly explained, but if we get to that, then we will explain it. And it looks like the Beat Diggers are going to receive the ball. They will, or have the ball first, I should say, in this first overtime.
Manitou chose to have us go over here on the more towards the north end zone as well, or actually the south end zone. So we're going to be looking at that sun. Quarterback will be looking into the sun.
So Brush will have the football at the 10-yard line. Ashley Benson has had a kick block today for Manitou Springs, and Jesus Cardenas has had 2 blocked for Brush. And, Dave, you have to wonder, if you had 2 extra points blocked, did the Beat Diggers score? Do they even think about going for 2?
I think you have to go with Cardenas and have him kick it, but the guys that are up there blocking, they've got to know they've got to settle down and make the block.
Well, you remember that game against Holy Family in 07 when the Beat Diggers scored a touchdown. They faked an extra point and took the lead on a 2-point conversion.
Well, they can do that over there with the way those guys are rushing in. It'll leave an out pattern. Well, real easy.
First things first, the Beat Diggers have got to get into the end zone. First and goal for the 10 on the first possession of overtime. Rosenbrock and Bostrom are in the backfield. In motion to the left is Randy Baker. And there's a pitch left to Bostrom along the sideline to the 7-yard line, inside the 5, and he's down at about the 3. Some strong running on that stutter step initially by Brett Bostrom, and it's a gain of 7, second down and goal.
Wow, what a great play. Bostrom had to cut it up. I thought he was going to head to the sideline. He was really quick. He kept his feet with some short and choppy steps, cut it back up the middle, and then just his speed allows him to take off so fast after he makes that play that he gains so much ground.
And the football backtracked to the 4, so give them 6 yards. Second down and goal from the 4. Now Morrow in the backfield, along with Kyle Rosenbrock. Tormolen hands it off to Rosenbrock, left side, cuts it back towards the middle. He dives to about the 2. Cole Jones makes the tackle. Third and goal from the 2 for Brush. Well, it's amazing that the whole season comes down to just a set of plays for both teams. Jake Brown is the receiver to the right. But they're not going to be throwing out of this play. Third and goal, and Tormolen up the middle on the quarterback sneak. Did he get in? And let's see, the official comes in. I think they're going to mark him short. It was a quick snap. He's down just shy of the goal line.
Tormolen on the run.
Oh, this is it. The B-Diggers have got to score here.
Yep, so do you take the timeout right here? No, that's the thing. What do you do? 4th and 1.
That ball is on the brink of the goal line. 4th down and goal. Another quarterback sneak could get you in. Rosenbrock is in the backfield along with Jake Morrow. 4th and goal. Tormolen is going to hand it off to Rosenbrock right side. He's into the end zone for a B-Digger touchdown. They have taken the lead in overtime, 25-19. Now, what do you do? Kick the extra point?
I'm having a hard time reading Coach's sign hand up there. I'm not sure if the kids know if they're... Nope, there he is. Cardenas is out there in the middle.
Yeah, you got to make this now. His first extra point was ugly. It was a low-line drive just inside the left upright.
I'll have to kick the point after for me.
Well, we assume this is going to be an extra point, but David would not surprise me if they did something more unconventional out of this. Awaiting the snap is Mitch Tormolen. There it is. It's down. The kick is up, and it is good. Oh, just inside the left upright again. Brush 26. Manitou Springs 19 in overtime. The Mustangs will have the football.
Yep, now the Diggers got to shut him down. Had a hard time stopping that running game. But, I'm going to go back to Casey Corey. His first 7 carries, he had carries of 15, 8, 3, 3, 5, 1, and 9. And then since then, he has only had 1 carry of 5 yards and 2 carries of 4 yards in the next, the next 12 plays. So the Diggers have done a pretty good job of shutting down his long runs.
Well, remember, any stoppage here, or anything, a turnover ends the game. First and goal, Manitou Springs at the 10. This is the first lead for Brush since they were up 7-6. The direct snap to Swanson, running to his right, looking for a seam, and he's going to be hit by Tyler Stratman at the 10-yard line. I don't think he got anything there. It'll be second down.
Stratman did a great job at that defensive end position, keeping the Manitou kid from sealing him onto the inside and containing him. He did a good job of fighting off that block and stringing it out and wrapping up nice and low on Swanson.
The B-Diggers are 3 plays away from advancing to the state quarterfinals. Brush 26, Manitou Springs 19 in overtime. Second and goal from the 10-yard line. Let's see if Swanson gets the direct snap. He does. He will spin to his right, look, throw it out to his right. The pass is going to be, is it caught? No, broken up by Brent Bostrom at about the 3. Third down. Morgan Burnell, the intended receiver.
Burnell's just throwing a fit over there as his helmet came off, but that's because Bostrom did. He reached over the top of his shoulder pad to make the tackle, but at the same time to go for the ball. So Bostrom did a really good job of blocking that pass.
Third and goal from the 10. Brush is 2 plays away from advancing to the 2A quarterfinals. In a game they were down by 12 midway through the fourth quarter. These teams up to the line of scrimmage, awaiting the snap. Swanson with a 3-step drop, looking, throwing deep towards the end zone. The pass is caught. Caught for a touchdown from 10 yards out by Zach Carpenter. Now let's see if they go for 2 for the win or tie with the extra point. They're going to go for the extra point.
We had two guys over there defending it, but it looked like both of them were kind of expecting the other guy to make the play. And so they both kind of, after the play was over, they both kind of looked at each other, expecting the other one to have done something. But the Diggers can do it right here with this left-footed kicker.
Well, watch pretty fake. Ashley Benson to attempt the extra point to tie the game. There's the snap. The kick is up, and the kick is right down the middle. Rush, 26. Manitou Springs, 26. We are headed to a second overtime.
Boy, this is exciting.
That's a heart stopper.
Yep, the Diggers did a good job. They had the coverage, but on that last pass play, that wasn't, like the typical play that Manitou's gone with. Today it looked like they were going to go all right, and they threw it clear back across the field to the left. The Diggers just going to have to be awake here as Manitou's starting to bring some of their trick plays out.
Manitou Springs will have the football first in the second overtime. They'll start at the Beat Digger 10-yard line. Boy, that was a clutch play from Swanson to Carpenter. Yeah, we haven't seen a game like this in a long time, Dave.
Oh, this is awesome. I just love it. And it's just a beautiful night, too. Holy cow, the sun's still out, shining down pretty hard, and just a little bit of shade on the field.
So, again, Manitou Springs with the football, tied at 26 in the second overtime. Late substitution for the Mustangs. One of the linemen, he might have thought they were going on defense first. From the 10. And Swanson awaiting the snap on the first play of overtime number 2. Locked at 26 off the shotgun. Has the football, two-step drop, looking to throw, looking over the middle of the pass, going to be caught at about the 2, maybe the 1. And that again is Zach Carpenter. He's down to the 1-yard line, a gain of 9. Well, they're in business right now after that play. Second down and goal from the 1-yard line for Manitou Springs.
153 yards throwing for Manitou Springs today, completing 12 and 19 so far.
Well, Swanson can just give it to Corey, or direct snap it to Corey. Second and goal for the 1. Direct snap to Corey, right side. He's into the end zone. And Manitou Springs leads in the second overtime, 32-26. Again, the all-important extra point now. Huge extra point. And Ashley Benson will step on the field once again for Manitou Springs. She tied the game with an extra point at the end of the first overtime. That certainly was a clutch kick. Off the hold of Johnny Swanson. Awaiting the snap. There it is. And the kick is up. And that kick is off to the right. No good. And the Beat Diggers have a chance to win the game with an extra point if they can score a touchdown.
They brought some pressure that time. The Diggers had some heat coming up the middle. One of our kids, I couldn't tell who it was, he was able to break through in between the guard and the center. I'm not sure if that didn't catch your attention, but you're right, the ball was plenty high enough. It looked like the last kick. It just drifted off to the right, probably about 2 or 3 yards wide is all.
Manitou Springs 32, Brush 26 in the second overtime. Now the Beat Diggers need a touchdown and an extra point to advance to the 2A quarterfinals. They advance with a touchdown and a PAT. Rosenbrock and Bostrom are in the backfield. Baker, the receiver, to the right, and Jake Brown to the left. First and goal from the 10. In motion to the left is Brown, and there's the pitch left to Bostrom. Bostrom stutter steps to the 6-yard line. He's down right there. As he's cut back, and they're going to backtrack it to the 7. It's a gain of 3. As Casey Quarry made the hit, that was a hard hit on Bostrom. Second down, and we'll call it from the 7-yard line, just inside the 7-yard line.
Corey makes all his contact down there at the hips, and you're right, he did. He just belted Bostrom. His Brush tried to run the same play that they started the last overtime series with.
Morrow in the backfield with Rosenbrock. second down and goal just inside the 7-yard line. The Beat Diggers are down by 6 in the second overtime. Tormolen's going to head it off up the middle, diving inside the 5 to about the 3, and that is Rosenbrock.
Flag on the play.
And there is a flag down. This is against Brush. They're going to be in big trouble here offensively. It would be a gain of 4, personal foul, face mask against Manitou Springs. Huge. Well, it'll be a gain of 4 for Rosenbrock, and then that ball is going to be even closer to the goal line. It should be at about the inside the 2-yard line. So it's about a 2-yard penalty. 1.5-yard penalty. They'll place it at the 2. Dave, that should still be second down then.
And it is.
Yep. All right, second down and goal from the 2-yard line. The Beat Diggers are looking for the tying touchdown in the second overtime. Morrow and Rosenbrock in the backfield. Tormolen will hand it off to Rosenbrock. Left side, he's into the end zone. And the Beat Diggers have tied the game at 32 in overtime number 2. An extra point by Jesus Cardenas would win the game.
And Jesus is hustling out on the field right now with the bat. Everybody's patting him on the back. And, that play was just lined up to work. The Diggers coaches set it up beautifully. Looked like Manitou Springs had their defensive nose guard eagle down. He was down over on the guard. Their defensive end was put out wide. All they had there was a linebacker, so that enabled our tight end and our tackle to go after that linebacker, and that let Jake Morrow make the big block on the defensive end to allow Rosenbrock to walk into the end zone.
This is it for the victory. Awaiting the snap is Tormolen. There it is. Cardenas' kick is up. And the Brush Beat Diggers have advanced to the 2A state quarterfinals. And it's good. Brush 33, Manitou Springs 32 in 2 overtimes. Holy Mahungus.
Jesus, I've been waiting for that chance ever since the championship game against Olathe a couple of years ago. Oh, my goodness, he did a great job. Chimola did a good job with the snap from Corey Acosta. They still had a rush from the outside, but it just wasn't there soon enough. Diggers did a good job with their blocking, and I'm just glad Jesus had a chance to redeem himself as well. But, I take this back to, a couple of huge plays here before the overtime, one of which was Seawald, when he made that sack, and he was able to redeem himself after that face mask earlier. That was just gigantic, so good for Brush.
Let's take a break. We'll come back with a recap. We'll talk to head coach Randy Dreitz. An extensive postgame coming up after this. The Beat Diggers have defeated Manitou Springs in 2 overtimes, 33-32 in the opening round of the Class 2A playoffs right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urick back at Manitou Springs. We welcome you to the Beat Digger post-game show brought to you by Buildings by Design. Buildings by Design and Brush takes pride in their workmanship and quality of their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walter at 842-5837. Building today's business, Buildings by Design. The Brush Beat Diggers have pulled it off. They were down 19-7 in the fourth quarter. They have won the game over Manitou Springs 33-32 in 2 overtimes. Here's how the game went. This Manitou Springs took the opening kickoff, and they went right down the field. 14 plays, 70 yards in 6 minutes and 37 seconds. Chad Seekneck scores from a yard out. It was 6-0 as that extra point was missed. Beat Diggers got the ball for the first time at their own 27. 11 plays, 73 yards in 5 minutes and 17 seconds later. Ben Mickey with a 20-yard touchdown catch. The extra point was good. It was 7-6. However, Manitou rebounded as they went on a 13-play, 80-yard drive in 6:29. Morgan Burnell with a 19-yard touchdown catch, and the extra point was no good. It was 12-7. They actually went for 2 after that. After the Beat Diggers gave the football away, Manitou Springs then decided to run out the clock, and then Brush got the football first to begin the second half. Kyle Rosenbrock fumbled it away, and Manitou Springs would get the ball back, and it was a 12-yard run by Johnny Swanson on a 4th down and 2 from the 12. An 8-play, 4-minute and 45-second drive, just 33 yards, 19-7. And it looked like the Beat Diggers then were in tremendous trouble when they started on their own 29-yard line with 6:57 to go in the third. A 16-play drive merited nothing for the Beat Diggers as Manitou Springs would take over at their own 12, and Manitou was able to generate 2 first downs and had the ball going into the fourth quarter, but they punted the ball away to the Beat Diggers, and with 8:15 to go in the game, Brush had the ball at their own 9-yard line, but as Dave mentioned, Brush picked up a lot of yards in a little bit of time, 91 yards in 2 minutes and 1 second. Kyle Rosenbrock scores from 4 yards out. Extra point was blocked. It was 19-13. Manitou Springs then went 5 and out on their next possession, but Brush again with poor field position at their own 18-yard line with 3:46 to go. But then Mitch Tormolen and the Beat Diggers put together a money drive, 9 plays, 82 yards in 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Tormolen on the bootleg scores from 10 yards out. PAT was blocked. It was 19, and that would be the score with 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go. Manitou Springs was able to pick up 3 first downs. However, time ran out on them with a football at the 26-yard line. So then the Beat Diggers had the football first. In the first overtime, Kyle Rosenbrock scored from a yard out. The PAT was good. It was 26-19. On a third down and goal for the 10, Zach Carpenter with a 10-yard touchdown catch. The PAT was good. It was 26-26. And then the Beat Diggers would be on defense to begin the second overtime. Manitou Springs scored on the second play after a 9-yard catch from Zach Carpenter. Casey Corey scored from a yard out. The extra point by Ashley Benson was off to the right as the Beat Diggers trailed by 6, 32-26. And Brush got the ball back, obviously, for their possession of the second overtime. A 3-yard run by Brett Bostrom, followed by a 4-yard run by Kyle Rosenbrock. And you can add a 2-yard face mask at the end of that play. And on second and goal from the 2-yard line, Rosenbrock was able to score. And Jesus kicks the extra point. Jesus Cardenas with the extra point in the second overtime. And the Beat Diggers win the game 33-32. One of the more emotional games in the career of head coach Randy Dreitz, who joins us now. And Coach, I was about to cry. I know your emotions can get the best of you, which is not a bad thing, but I don't even know. I don't know where to start. So just your initial reaction to what happened this afternoon when your team appeared to be ahead early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was really strange. You know, they seemed really focused. We had a great week of practice. We just come down here and, you know, just things weren't going our way in any facets, it seemed like. You know, we did if they were to fumble, it bounced right up into their hands.
Twice.
You know, and I don't know how many times that happened, but anyways, it just seems like it was a bad aura there for a while. But, you know, what I like about our kids, they did not quit the whole game. You know, and when they scored, and, you know, what I tell them, when the kickoff returned, I said, hey, that's okay. We're going to take it down the score. And, you know, first half had me a little nervous. I mean, we should have scored. I don't think that they could stop us, but we just kind of stopped ourselves with the fumbles. And, you know, we had some drop passes that were key, that were big, that we really need to. We've got our crappy game out of us, I think. And we're going to play much better next week. And, who knows who's going to win between Kent and Strasburg. Coach Manier told me it was 42-35. Kent was up. But, you know, we're going to enjoy this one today. And our kids, you know, I can't speak more highly of them than I can, because they're just awesome kids. Work hard, do what you ask, give you all they got, and they didn't quit today. And you know, there's a lot of teams when you're down 19-7 would have said, "Oh, geez," but not Brush Beat Diggers, and they came back and fought hard. And hats off to them. And thank God we came away with the victory.
You don't have too many seniors on this team, but what about the contribution of Brett Bostrom, who hadn't played in weeks, and your quarterback, Mitch Tormolen? Because I'm sorry, you could have all that talent around you. A senior quarterback like Tormolen is needed to get the job done, which he did.
He's just an awesome kid. You know, he's doing a great job for us. He's been a great leader for us on and off the field. I just, it's super to have him in our backfield and running things for our offense. And he throws the ball, I think, as good as anybody. And, you know, we give him time. You know, he's a dang good football player, smart kid, too. And then having Brett back, what a boost for us, having Brett back. I mean, he just did a tremendous job for us, and his speed is awesome. And, you know, Brett's still a little out of shape, but he's still fast and hung in there, and he played a lot of that game for us and did a tremendous job.
Were you surprised by how efficient that Manitou Springs passing game was? Because they were pretty flawless in the first half, and you finally started playing a little bit better pass defense, even though they scored in that first overtime. But I think most expected that their rushing offense would be consistent throughout the course of the game, and it seemed as the game went along deep into the second half, you defended the run better and defended the pass, but before that, their passing game, as limited the number of attempts as they made with the passing game, was pretty successful.
Yes, it was, and I was completely, I knew that they could pass, but I didn't expect them to be as effective with the passing game as they were. Their quarterback did a great job of throwing the ball, and they had some receivers, and I think they pounded the ball at us, pounded it the first half quite hard, and we were biting on stuff, and I think we got into a situation where we were sitting and watching them catch it and then reacting instead of breaking on the football like we should. So we have to get better, and we just got to play better next week. Next week will be a big game too, but for now we're going to enjoy this one.
Coach, where you came to a point where you're thinking, my gosh, how are we going to stop this team? Because there was a play in the first half, and I know you like to gamble, but Dave and I even looked at each other. You're down 12-7. You got a 4th down and 12 at your own 45. You decided to go for it, and if that play doesn't happen and Randy Baker doesn't make that catch, then Manitou might have scored before halftime. Luckily, he made the play, and it was still a 12-7 game, but I guess that's basically a testament to how much unbelievable confidence you have in that offense, even when you basically go against every script possible in try to pull off a 4th and 12, which your team ultimately did.
Well, let's just put it this way. Thank God we made it, because if not, I would have been a pretty dumb coach. But, I do believe in our kids, and I believe in their abilities, and I think that they can do those things. And, at that point in the game, I was concerned about them getting the ball back and, being able to take it down and score on us. And let's just say I'm happy we ended up getting that first down, and Randy Baker made some great catches today, and Mitch threw the ball well, and all the kids just played hard, and I'm extremely excited for them and for the town of Brush. And but I tell you what, people back in Brush, you missed one heck of a game. It was our sidelines were so loud I could barely hear myself think, and I have these headsets on, and I'm trying to listen to my coaches. I had to plug up the other ear so I could hear. They got so excited, and they did a great job of following us and coming all the way down here. It was great to see the people that we had in the stands, and hopefully maybe we'll get to play at home next week.
Final thing, Coach. I know you were not happy at all that 2 extra points got blocked, but when you look at the totality of this game, look at the way it ended. In a way, again, you don't say, well, I'm glad they got blocked because look at the way the game ended. But and again, I guess I'm on the fence here with conflicting thoughts, because if you get an extra point, you don't go through all this drama with the 2 overtimes based on the statement you just made. So, I mean, how do you look at what happened there, knowing that, geez, we didn't have to go to 2 overtimes, we could have won this in regulation, but at the same time justifying it by saying, you know what, I mean, this is might be the best high school football game that you've ever been the head coach of, in terms of the drama, in terms of the way it ended.
It was quite the drama, that's for sure. And I don't really like it, tell you the truth. I'm great-headed enough. I just I like what's been happening the last few weeks in our conference, just getting that nice lead and getting our young kids in. And, the extra point, we got a great kicker, I think. There's multiple things with that. You got to get a great snap, you got to block, and you got to make the kick. And just didn't happen for us today. But boy, I was glad he made that last one. That's for dang sure.
Yeah, Randy. Hey, congratulations! What an awesome win! And I'm happy to say that we will talk to you next week. And when the Beat Diggers, more than likely, taking on the Ken Denver Sun Devils, don't have a final in that particular game. As Coach mentioned, it was a 7-point lead late in the game for Ken Denver over a Patriot League team in Strasburg. I'll be rejoined here momentarily by Dave Urig. We'll name our Beat Digger Player of the Game brought to you by T.O. Charlie's at 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. They will not be beat by anyone when it comes to price. They'll help you find a car that fits your needs and budget. If you don't see what you want on the lot, T.O. Charlie's will find it for you. You can log on to TOCharliesFTM.com to view inventory, current specials, and apply for a loan online. Drive away with confidence at T.O. Charlie's. And one thing we also have to do is go through the individual stats, because those numbers really built up, considering the Beat Diggers needed 2 overtimes to win this game over Manitou Springs by a score of 33-32. So we'll go through the individual numbers first, and then Dave and I will name a Beat Digger Player of the Game, brought to you by T.O. Charlie's, as Brush rallied from a 19-7 deficit to win this game today by 1 point. And if Ken Denver, by the way, won that game, then the Beat Diggers would play a Class A quarterfinal, a 2A quarterfinal, I should say, coming up at home on Saturday against Ken Denver. All right, let's run through the stats here. I guess we'll start with the home side of the ledger, and Manitou Springs, and Casey Quarry certainly was the guy here in the opening half, Dave. But in the second half, we know that things changed, but let's start with the Manitou Springs side of the ledger.
Well, they had 106 yards running in the first half, and I'll tell you what, they ended up with 148 yards on the ground. So they only had 42 yards in the second half. Rush really shut them down. Most notably, Casey Corey, their number one back, carried the ball 18 times for 66 yards. But, at the half, he had about 52 yards. Chad, I forget even how to say his name. He had 7 carries. Siegdeck. He had 7 carries for 17 yards, -1 for another one of their backs. Burrell had 2 carries for 16 yards. Peterson had a -5. Their quarterback, Johnny Swanson, if you want to call it that, their spinner back, or whoever the guy you want to call it is that takes a snap, he traded that position off and on, but his total yards running was 55 on 15 carries. They did throw the ball as a team 19 times. They completed 12 of those for 153 yards. Their number one receiver was Morgan Burnell, with 6 receptions for 71 yards.
All right, let's go to the Beat Digger side of the ledger, where Mitch Tormolen was certainly very busy today because of all the passes he had to throw, Dave.
Right, he threw 22 times. He completed 11 of those for 210 yards. He really had a good day. He had several catches there that probably should have been caught that were dropped, and probably should have had a little bit better numbers than that. But 210 yards in a high school football game is pretty impressive. Rosenbrock carried the ball 21 times for 95 yards. Bostrom coming back, boy, was he ever a gift. He had 31 yards running on 6 carries, but then he also had another 57 yards receiving. So just a great deal there for him. Jake Morrow carried the ball twice for 10 yards. Mitch Mullen carried the ball 5 times for 27 yards. But then we had some good receptions. Randy Baker had 5 catches for 91 yards. Definitely his best receiving output of the year. And he also came up with some big catches in some key situations, including that 4th down play that you were talking to Coach Dreitz about. Brett Bostrom, like we said, had 4 catches for 57. Then Mickey had a touchdown right off the bat for 20 yards. And Jake Brown had 2 receptions for 28. Then Nico Guzman dropped that one in the middle. They went right back to him on the sideline, and he picked up that big first down with a 24-yard catch.
Yeah, phenomenal catch. And by the way, we'll have Beat Digger replay coming up. So that's a replay that I think we all want to relive, considering the magnitude of this game, the way the game ended. We'll also have highlights on our KSIR B106 channel on YouTube. But time to name a Beat Digger Player of the Game. He was not a Beat Digger Player of the Game once during the regular season. But, Dave, the game Mitch Tormolen played was just incredible. Knowing that this could have been the final game of his high school career, he put together 2 money drives as a field general, and Mitch Tormolen is undoubtedly the Beat Digger Player of the Game.
Yeah, he had that one big touchdown bootleg over there, and then to be able to do that after he had that fumble right before the half. He had his ups and downs, but he was able to bounce back, and he was willing to carry the team after we didn't have that good of a running day. We're used to having twice that many yards on the ground in the first half, and so for Mitch to be able to step up and take control of the game and be the guy that was going to throw the football and be able to make those tight throws on 4th down and even there, in overtime, good for Mitch.
We'll also have a play-by-play recap of this game on KSIRsports.com. We'll have that up later today or early tomorrow. Once again, a play-by-play recap in written form on KSIRsports.com. So several ways to relive Beat Digger football, whether it's on the radio or, of course, on the Internet with audio and video of all the Brush Beat Digger action. Well, Dave and I will be with you 1 week from today And more than likely, as is the custom, it'll be a 1 o'clock kickoff, and we believe the Beat Diggers will be taking on the Ken Denver Sun Devils. That game would be played at Brush. Unless something changes, that would be a 1 o'clock kickoff. Once again, congratulations to Mitch Tormolen, the Beat Digger player of the game, brought to you by T.O. Charlie's. The sound engineer and producer of Brush Beat Digger Football has been Rose Condas. Our replay engineer is Trenton Klimper. For Dave Urick, I'm John Beltran. The final score in the opening round of the 2012 Class 2A state playoffs in double overtime. Brush 33, Manitou Springs 32, right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.